Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome to the Casually Chelsea show. Pardon the delay. A lot has happened since I actually made this thumbnail and went to band practice and came back. So I had to add a lot of additions to the show in the meanwhile, and on top of that, have a debate with the boys here on the panel, which is going to be Real Chicken Nugget Chris, Oliver Twist, and Curry Pirate here, as well as myself, Marshall DBDX. If you guys already know what to do, you guys must do it. It helps out your channel tremendously. Smash up the like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you are new here. And be sure to check out the memberships, 4 different tiers starting at 99p. Check out the links below in the description for more content and all that fun stuff. And let's just get the ball rolling with this first bit of news that I got for you guys, which is the new Premier League rules. So let's go ahead and look into this real quick. So we have here, CMC reports breaking. The following rules will be introduced to the next Premier League season. Halftime interviews with players/managers, interviews with players who get subbed off, and then dressing room broadcasts. So obviously we've talked about this before. We've discussed this thoroughly, and I think I'm okay with all of them except for the dressing room broadcast. I feel like that's a little too much. That's too much of an invasion of privacy. So, you know, with all that being said, I guess I'll go with Chris. We'll start off with you. Chris, what are your thoughts on this now? It's actually happening. Chris, are you there? No, he's not. CP, what are your thoughts on this? Thanks for letting me know, Chris.
I'll be back, sorry.
You have to be trolling me. He's not trolling.
Wait, who's not trolling?
You left and you didn't tell me.
Okay, yeah.
CP had to fucking leave.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on the new Premier League rules, halftime, whatever the fuck, and all this bullshit? Unless Oliver wants to tell me. Unless
I was, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, both of us left, but
a whole 2-minute timer to get ready.
Yeah,
for the show,
sorry, like my dog has been weird.
Show up.
I was supposed to come before like it kicked off, but yeah, my bad, eh? I will say, I have seen this before, like with the player interviews and all that. I don't mind a player doing it. I really don't. But manager, I don't really want to see a manager doing it because I feel like he has to be. I feel like maybe you'll agree with it, but like I feel like the manager has to be in the change room doing this thing, right? You know, like either like trying to inspire these players and tactics and all that type of shit. He needs to be in there all times, I think. Yeah, like is that it? Sorry, like. And dressing room broadcast? No, hell no. No.
I don't like that one.
No, we're not. Stop trying to Americanize us, man. Come on, stop it. I don't know if they do this in the NBA and all that. I don't know. I could be just.
I genuinely don't know. But I mean, Oliver, what are your thoughts on this too?
I've already said I'm not a fan of it. I'd rather just stick to the match analysis, get more insight into that, get better pundits. That's where the areas of investment need to be, in my opinion. I'm not bothered at all with any of this stuff, albeit, you know, I understand why it's being done. You know, it has the potential to produce a lot of short form content, which is, you know, going to make these broadcasters a lot of money. but it doesn't appeal to me whatsoever.
No, it's actually not a bad show, to be honest. In terms of short form, content, putting that out there, you can take like the interview and make it into a YouTube clip and just boom, there you go, or YouTube short, I should say. So that's actually not a bad show as to why. And yeah, it could be a little greedy, but I don't mind the interviews. I think the interviews are not that big a deal. They can be done quick, less than a minute, boom, boom, bosh, and boom, you're into the locker room. Doesn't take up that much time. However, I think the dressing room thing, just because of like, how athletes are in the dressing room, I just feel like at some point, it's like, remember when we went into COVID and we had like the empty stadiums and stuff, and you can hear everything the players were saying, and then you take that same concept, you put it into the dressing room. It's like they're gonna say some foul shit that you don't want broadcasted on, family.
This is the grey area of it. Though they've only said broadcast. But does that mean just video broadcast and there's no audio broadcast? Is it going to be mic'd or not? We don't even know.
Yeah, even then, that's just odd. It just seems pointless at that point. Like, I don't know. I don't want to watch surveillance video of the men in the dressing room. Like,
I mean, the thing is, you got to think about it like this, though. You guys have seen videos of inside a dressing room, right?
Yeah.
And the way these broadcasters are, they censor swears and curse words. You basically can't mic it because you're going to spend so much time censoring stuff because that's how a dressing room is.
Yeah, you're gonna have Axel the Sausage.
I can't lie. I would love to see
what happened when you invite girls in your place. Do you get a takeaway? You get a non-doors?
You know what? Seeing Guardiola losing it in the dressing room, broadcasting it would be entertainment. But we can't have it. But that'd be entertainment for that level. Because when Pep Guardiola loses it, and he we only see probably half of it. If he does behind closed doors, that's something else.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I don't think
I want to see Arteta pull out the light bulb again. If you guys know what I'm talking about.
Oh my god, fuck that. Or you're gonna
his prop team talks.
Or you're just gonna see Cole Palmer like this.
Suit me. What would be?
It'd be what? The broadcasting or interview say, what do you think of this? And you could say, what? You didn't listen to him.
What?
Yeah, what?
You know what? That'd be funny. Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's just I'm not a fan of it. So, with that, with that being said, I mean,
yeah, Americans killing Ahmed.
I
don't know if it's actually American. So jokes aside.
It probably is. I think they're gonna try it for one season. They're gonna maybe see the negatives of it and then just stop doing it.
Oh, it's happening.
I think the interview. Yeah, this is.
Oh, I read what it says. It's one rules will be introduced. It's not like a thing like, hey, is this a good idea or not? I ain't really paying attention what's happening to Premier League next season. Can you not do the referee cameras instead? That'd be better. Give me that. I wouldn't mind that. That'd be amazing. You actually should. Cool. They always get the wrong ideas, don't they? They always go with the shitty ideas instead of the good ones.
Oh wait, no, they wouldn't do that because they'd catch Anthony Taylor looking in the opposite direction when they're fouling us.
We're getting dressing room broadcasts. That's terrible. That's actually bad.
I know.
I thought it was not gonna be a thing. I thought it was just talking about it, maybe being a thing.
Well, that's what it was before, but now it's confirmed.
Yeah, that's why. Why would I?
Yeah, I don't know.
We
might
discuss it again.
I don't know. It happens.
Come on, we bring back Sinbin too. You want to discuss Sinbin again?
What,
blue card?
It?
Oh
no! You thought, I thought you meant
I'm not gonna bring it up.
I thought you meant on this channel, you red card me or something.
I mean, I should honestly, to be honest, I'm giving you a yellow card for just missing the whole point of that first segment. You missed the whole entire point of the whole segment.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I never get.
Chris, you gave him a tap in there for that yellow card.
Yeah, but I never get red
really
card.
Did.
So.
Yeah, well, let's see how this goes. If you give me, if I'm talking later and you're going to say, wait, Jao Pedro signed, here we go?
What?
It's going to be you, dude.
No, I saw it like an hour later, I think, that news, so sadly.
We will talk about Jao Pedro and Gittens in a few, guys. We're going to get through some topics and then we're going to make our way to that. Speaking of making our way to that, though, let's get to the next topic, which is there's been some progress in the stadium. Not much, but it's something. Let's go ahead and read about it real quick. So from the Telegraph, came out and said exclusive, Chelsea have held talks with the Mayor of London's office over building a new stadium. Continuing on. Chelsea met recently with officials at City Hall after Sadiq Khan publicly urged them to speak with his team about whether they wanted to leave Stamford Bridge for Earl's Court or redevelop their existing home. So some type of discussion. Listen, we're still a ways away from this getting done, but at least it's something in what I would assume is the right direction. I assume you have to speak with the mayor, get permits, all that kind of stuff, draft out a plan. And it sounds like they're kind of like, they're kind of working together to try to make it happen, which is kind of cool. I mean, that's pretty good, I guess. And I think they have to anyways, because of infrastructure and all that stuff. But it's nice to see that there's some discussion happening. I mean, I know it's not everything. I know we still have to get the CPO involved and all these other parties. But Oliver, I guess your thoughts. I don't know if CP's back, by the way, but yeah.
Well, before all that, we need a proposal first. But notwithstanding, I personally don't know, what the involvement of the Mayor of London would be. I don't think we don't have to go directly through him, because in the case of the Earl's Court thing, you have people that own the land. We just have to buy it. That doesn't require going straight through the Mayor of London. Of course, there's the infrastructure stuff with public transport and whatnot. That would probably he'd be involved in that, but he wouldn't be at the heart of it. Beyond that, I have no idea how this helps necessarily, but listen, they've got people that deal with this kind of stuff. Yeah. So, who am I to really criticize? They just need to, like Hans-Jörg Wyss said on the interview with Chelsea Fan TV. They haven't even got a proposal yet. That's step one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's step one, but it definitely is a step. And in this case too, let
me rephrase that. That's the first major milestone, I'd say.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like big up. I feel like this is at least some sort of progress that needs to be made on it. At some point, we probably had to talk to the Mayor of London to get it done, right? So work with his team and see if they can help out in any way in terms of drafting a plan and something. I don't know. Genuinely, I don't know. But this is news that it's nice to see it being reported. It's nice to see that it's not been just shoved to the side, that they're still very much in their foresight in terms of developing the stadium. But I mean, there's not much else to really add on this, so we're just going to move on to the next topic. And that next topic will be...
You know what? I reckon Cole Palmer might be in his 30s when we get a new stadium.
Probably.
Maybe. Let me try the drummer one more time, though. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What is this, a training rematch shirt?
I got you.
Let me
Chris.
guess, Marshall, you love this kit.
I got you, Chris.
I like the old emblem. I like the old badge on it.
Yeah, I love the old badge, but dude, it's the whiteness to it.
This is that Total 90 one, though. That's the thing I like about it. I think this is one of those Total 90. Yeah, actually right here, yeah. Chelsea 25-26 Total 90 third pre-match shirt. I think it's cool.
Of course you do.
Oh, I dig it.
Chris, what do you think, man? Total 90, you're going to get some Total 90 boots now?
I ain't ready to get boots yet. Nah, I think it's meh.
We need Ahmed here when Chris is ready.
I just started running a week ago. That is a step forward for me.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, this is a cool kit. I mean,
I want
to see what the official last you know, the third kit looks like. This is just a training kit, but it's a nice training kit. And if this is going to resemble anything of what the Total 90 look is going to be like,
I do like the
then
back of it,
I'm all
though.
for it.
I don't know,
it's
just
nice.
the big circle. I don't know, it's just on the back.
Mm-hmm. Some of you guys like it. Some of you think it's mid. That's crazy. I don't know about mid.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. Meh.
Wow. Okay. What do the rest
terrible,
of you
though.
guys think? Do any of you guys actually buy like training kits?
No.
I actually the
I don't mind. No.
last one I actually bought I think was 2013. The one with the loads of like blue squares. If any of you remember, we have gone through this before though. But yeah, that's the last one I bought.
Okay.
I love that one.
CP, what do you think about it? It's
I
just
like
whatever.
I like the badge. I don't like the weird line things. If people know, back in the early 2000s when you used to download songs on your computer and then you used to play these. Remember the one they'll play the fucking waves on your iTunes? Remember that? Remember they used to play that effect? You know what I'm talking about, Marshall? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about? iTunes, remember? Like mid 2000s.
I don't think it was iTunes, but
yeah,
hold on.
from an iPod when I used to download a song and then when you play it on your computer, it's like the fucking wavy shit to match with the song.
You remember that very well.
We're about to
Yeah, dude, I am showing my age. I'm fucking turning 29, bro.
Yeah. No, I remember briefly, but like just.
Are you talking about? Wait, hold on. Are you talking about this?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember that one?
Yeah, dude.
That's what it is.
Let me see if I can
It's one of the
find it.
designs when you play a song. That's what it is. That's what it
This
is.
is Windows Media Player, bro.
Does that not look like the part of the Chelsea kit?
Here, right here. This shit right now. The fact that this is like fucking 480p, I can't even like get behind.
Nah, it won't get. Yeah. You
Yo,
think you're gonna get
watching
1080?
this shit was trippy as fuck.
Right? I know, man.
I know. We missed this.
The
Bring it
guy
back.
from SMB's definitely coded that. Definitely coded that. Oh.
You can get AI to recreate all.
I'm glad, Marshall. I could bring some nostalgia back, bro.
I knew exactly what you were talking about the moment you said it, bro. That's so dumb. Wait, let me go back.
But
hold on. We gotta do a little side by side or something. Where is it? Oh fuck. Yeah.
Right? Look at it.
It's like
Am I not right? Am I not right?
Has he ruined the kit for you a little bit?
Yeah, I'm not getting this. Yeah, good job, Nike. Oh my god, Flamengo just almost scored a crazy goal.
But I really like the badge. Like if we could get that badge on a third kit, oh dude, I would buy that. Like the third kit that we have that is black. If we had this badge on that black kit on our third kit, oh dude, I would fucking buy the.
Yeah,
like,
I do need to get the new kits though. I'm planning on getting
the third kit.
the third kit with Reece James on the back.
I want
Same,
a
that's what I'm
white
getting,
one.
Reece James.
Yeah, I feel like that one's suitable. But to be fair, the home kit with Reece James in the back isn't a bad option either, especially after that goal he scored yesterday.
I got him on my black kit for the last season's, the black and pink.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the black and pink one is nice.
I might get
cool.
Caicedo for this one. Actually, think about it.
Which one? Or which
the
kit?
white one, the second away one.
Oh, okay, yeah, that one's a good one. I want to get that one before the sponsorship comes out. That's what I'm thinking. Because I feel like once the sponsor gets released, then
I've been 2 years in a row now without a sponsor.
I
It
don't
feels
want the
great.
sponsor. I love the ones that are without sponsor.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like without a sponsor, I think the away kit looks great.
Yeah.
I think I need the blue kit, the home kit with an actual sponsor on it.
I need the away kit without a sponsor. I mean the third kit without the sponsor.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, actually,
Third
the white
kit,
one
yeah.
would
I'm
bang
waiting for the
about the
black one.
sponsor.
Without a
That's
sponsor.
what I'm saying, man. Because it's those lines. You got to have those lines nice and neat. You can't disrupt it.
Yeah.
I
so
agree. Imagine
I'm
number
gonna-
3 between that. Oh my.
Marshall, you should
The
look
free
at
logo, that was terrible.
Look at the
What is wrong with this guy, man?
if you're looking for retro shoes that are coming out by Nike, they're the R10s that are
Shoes?
coming. Like
You
retro
say shoes?
Yeah, shoes. Not Chelsea.
Damn, that's
no.
a lot of names
Oh,
you
you're
got
just talking
recently.
random shoes.
No,
okay.
by Nike. It's the gold Ronaldo R10 like Ronaldinho shoes, dude. They're bringing that back, but like for streetwear.
Like shoes. Okay, let's see. Like the Tiempo type shit?
Yes.
But they're making it like regular shoes?
Yes. I'm just waiting for it.
I think I see where you're.
Yeah, they're releasing one that's Tiempo and one. So that's the R9 ones, and then they have the R10 ones, the gold and white. I'm waiting for that. I'm saving my money for that one.
I'm gonna have to see how you pull that off, man, because gold is a very tricky color to pull off. Oh, what a save from Flamingo Keeper. Gold is a tricky color to pull off as a shoe.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, more power to you. Okay, cool. Let's actually okay, now that we're done bantering about the kit, let's get an update, ladies and gents, on some money. How about that? How about that? After yesterday's game, ladies and gents, let's add this. We are into a quarterfinal.
That's my Jao Pedro money. Let's fucking go.
Let's go. Look at that. 48.6 million pounds Chelsea have earned so far in the Club World
Marshall
Cup.
plus 5 million from Kepa. That's our Jao Pedro money right there, man. Let's go.
I'm rolling in the dough. This is great. This is great. You know what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Rolling in the dough. Hey, this is great. I mean, in terms of I did say at the end of last season, expect Chelsea to make a lot of money this summer. And we haven't even really, like, outside of Kepa, I think Kepa's been the only player sale. Well, that's not true. We got rid of Humphreys, right? We sold Bettinelli, we sold Humphreys.
That was an obligation to buy those. That was set up last summer.
Okay, so I'll give you that. Other than Bettinelli and Kepa, that's it. We still need to make more outgoings. Am I wrong?
Yes, you're correct. You're correct.
That's it.
I don't think you're wrong. No.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not good enough. It's as simple as that.
That covers a
Still
certain player
not good
today
enough.
we signed.
That's Chris. Literally what I just said like 5 minutes ago, word for word, bar for bar, Chris.
Oh, okay.
Brother, man.
that's a warning for Chris.
Oh, no, Ahmed, how do you do it, man? How do you get these red cards? I've been trying for so long and it doesn't happen.
You gotta be shameless.
Ahmed, man, you're
egregious.
like, you're natural or something.
You can start saying the word speculating. Maybe that'll like.
Yeah, if you say it enough, you'll show up.
Yeah.
Me and Ahmed went at it yesterday. Ahmed doesn't know when I'm drunk, and he doesn't know to not try to debate me when I'm drunk. So, yeah, I had a night last night. Listen, I was happy Chelsea won, and then me and Jose went back and forth on MMA. Big up to Poria. But yeah, it was
What enough.
sheesh.
Yeah.
Went back and forward. A nice debate or a debate going nowhere?
It was intense.
It was intense. Going
It
nowhere.
was essentially Ahmed trying to justify getting knocked out of the Club World Cup at this point.
Okay.
And I was like, bro, but we're Chelsea. We're supposed to win the competition.
No, I don't want to be out of the tournament. Like, it's a bit weird. Like,
I want to win every cup.
Like, I want Sanchez to make mistakes, but like at this point now, like I don't want him to do mistakes in the group stage, just to show the owners how shit he is.
I'll say this though, one thing that needs to fucking change is these weather delays. So I have to correct myself, chat, because yesterday I said it was an American thing. Apparently it's not. Apparently it's actually a FIFA rule. That when there's lightning within a 10-mile radius, FIFA then asks games to be postponed another half hour.
Yep.
I thought it was an American thing. Apparently not. And honestly, now that I think about it, it's really usually not. Like, I know like baseball games will get delayed and they'll pull out a tarp and thing. But apparently it is a FIFA thing, EPL turf. Like, I'm going to have to look into it more myself. But yeah. That needs to be changed and that needs to be fixed, because the fact that these players were basically doing an additional 2-hour workout on top of playing the game. They were doing cardio for 2 hours more than what they were asked of. Like, that's why, like, when you saw Caicedo at the end of the game in his passes, he was so tired. These players were exhausted. And I got to give him huge respect, because at this point now, I can't even say that. Okay, from time to time, there is a mentality problem, but the players last night showed us like, yo, they have mentality. Like they're fighting for the badge. Like because you're
there's
doing
definitely some players like that. Like
you're
Enzo,
doing
Caicedo,
cardio while you're
Cucurella.
waiting for the game to resume. You're not just sitting still. Like I struggle to do cardio just without playing a football match. So it's just like in one sense, Ahmed is right. The fact that the players had to go back out there after 2 hours and play a whole nother half because the referee was an incompetent piece of shit, then yeah, that's just endangering our players. And I'm absolutely thrilled that no player got hurt, that no one was injured, but still. Yeah, is it an American thing? I don't know. You guys, I'm being told it's a FIFA thing. I was told it's an American thing.
No, you know what I will blame America for, Marshall? Isn't it like a place where it has a lot of like lightning and cloudy areas?
The Carolinas would be, yeah.
Yeah. So why wasn't it like in a closed arena then? Like, don't they have any closed arenas? Like, we don't fill up the stadium. We don't fill up the stadium, do we? We had like what 20,000 fans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and when the 2 hours finally like finished up, it was like what 10K, maybe less. But yeah, like that's the only thing I blame America for, like the stadium wise. If they know it's like a place where a lot of lightning and storms happen, then yeah, like they should have changed it.
Yeah, there was a lightning thing because we play in the rain. It's not like we don't play in the rain.
Oh no, it's not the rain.
It's the lightning that was causing.
Yeah, what's time you get struck?
Yeah. Someone has to get me the facts because you guys are 50-50. It's insane. It's insane. I'm disappointed in you again, being American. You don't know this. Like I do. Listen, I know we play in the rain. We play in the rain. That's totally fine.
I don't think any sports like you're playing
It's lightning. It's the lightning that was the issue, which, I mean, this time of year, I guess we're getting a lot of lightning storms. It's insane. And safety of the fans. That is true, but. Is it a FIFA thing or is it a club? Is it a American thing? Because you guys are 50-50 in chat. Let's go on to the next topic while chat figures this out for me. But yeah, cha-ching, money. Any comments on this until we before?
Well, I had a comment on it, but CP had bar for bar, word for word on it, and I said the same thing. So.
Mm-hmm. I think all I'd say is, whether or not the rule is a FIFA thing or an American thing. I think. The overall point is that I think a lot of people are annoyed at FIFA because they've chosen the States as the location not only for this, but for the actual international World Cup next year without taking into account the impact this will have on player fitness and the fan experience as well.
They have to do something where it's like I think 10-mile radius, so resetting the clock for every lightning strike every 10 mile within a 10-mile radius. I think that's a little absurd. Yep. 5 seems more reasonable, and I think 30 minutes. That's I don't know. Maybe I don't know better, but I would even say 15-minute. Or for every lightning strike, add 15 minutes. Make it a mandatory 30.
Marshall, do you have Maresca's quotes about all of this stuff?
Yeah, he's not happy about it. We read it yesterday. He thinks it's a joke.
Oh, right.
To an extent, it's... I don't even know if I can fully agree because you have people that are now saying we shouldn't host the World Cup. Well, we hosted it years before, and it was a wonderful World Cup. The best World Cup anyone's... Okay.
I hate you.
Hey, we're gonna see that. We're gonna see the Orange Man at the World Cup as well. You know what? I want to see him to do is those big entrances he does for UFC. Do it for the World Cup, man. Do the dance.
If we do this player by player entrance, and he's the last one that shows up, and our president Donald Trump,
and he does his little dance, man.
I'll fucking crash out so bad. I'll crash out.
He gotta do his little dance too, man. He's gotta do his little dance.
He goes kick a football and he misses. So stupid.
No, we need Donald Trump to actually take it I don't know, some sort of penalty or something. Yeah, we need to see it, man.
Like the first pitch of a baseball game, just a first penalty.
Just a little fun, man. The president, man, he takes a shot at Joe Biden. Where's Joe Biden?
if Donald Trump takes a penalty, he's gonna need a hip replacement afterwards.
Yeah, well,
no, let's not do that. I mean, maybe we should do it, but yeah, let's continue on to the next topic. A little bit of news on Strasbourg. Actually, I figured let's talk about it because Strasbourg is actually making a lot of moves, and it's nice to see because it's cool to see this whole multi-club model thing actually like.
Yeah, we're treating them well.
You know, going. So let's read a little bit about this, and then you guys can give me an opinion if you have it. Strasbourg are set for a significant squad reshuffle in the 25-26 summer mercato. Target positions based on the 3-4-2-1 system. They need a goalkeeper, a center back, a right wing back, a defensive midfielder, central attacking midfielder, and a striker. So they basically need like a player in every position minus left wing back. That's a lot. And then wing.
Well, that's covered because they just signed Barco.
Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah. You're right. Barco's in there.
And they also have Moreira that can play left wing back.
We continue on. Mike Penders, Philip Jorgensen, Kendry Paez, and Matisse Omogu and Aaron Anselmino could all join Strasbourg on loan, but Chelsea are open to allowing their best young players to seek other temporary moves if they can find clubs with European football. So, yeah. I don't know how we're going to actually send all these players out.
You can't. The maximum is 3.
Well, we have to pick one each in those positions. We only send 3 players to Strasbourg at a time.
You can only loan out 3 players to the same club.
Yep.
You say 6 or 3? I'm
3.
sorry. Okay, 3. Yeah, so I don't know how this is going to happen.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to choose one goalkeeper between Jorgensen and Penders. Then they'll choose one midfielder.
I do think it's going to be Jorgensen.
And then Anselmino's going, I guess. The sure thing.
I think both of these guys go, to be honest.
So I think they should. I think they should just get a number 1 goalkeeper for the
one of those. Well, both of those are going, I think.
And then Jorgensen might be the goalkeeper that goes because apparently it's Penders. Apparently it's Penders that's going to be in the Chelsea team. I don't know what happens to Anselmino at that
third choice.
Yeah, what? Is he third choice or?
If Jorgensen goes, Penders would be the second choice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Would he?
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like is going to happen.
Hey, Strasbourg want to buy a keeper, man. Maybe go for Petrovic.
I mean, they could buy Petrovic.
I don't know how much we value him for. After
25 million is the agreement we made.
Can we just use that money to buy Mike Maignan?
Nope.
Yeah.
No, God!
Oh, you got Michael Scott.
You haven't learned, have you, Chris?
Is it Michael Scott? What's his name?
He still doesn't get this whole Chelsea blue coat thing, does he?
Hey, you know what else some people don't get? That there's over 100 of you guys watching. You haven't smashed up the like button. So smash up that like button. Helps out the channel tremendously. Let's try to get to 50 likes before we get to the hour mark. All right, ladies and gents, smash up the like button. Helps us out tremendously. That's a lot of moves to make. How many loans are Chelsea allowed to? They're allowed to. They have unlimited domestic loans, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so domestically we're fine, but internationally we're only allowed 5. That's still a rule, right?
I think 6, no? And if we're sending 3 to Strasbourg, then 3.
They've been reducing the maximum, 1 per season. I don't know if it's now stopped reducing, but it's 6 or 5.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Petrovic got offered to Fenerbahce for 25 million.
And Galatasaray.
So we'll see.
Bro's going to win league titles. I rate it. Respect it.
There you go, man. But yeah, that's a bit of a Strasbourg update. To add on to the Strasbourg update too, we actually have a here we go for them. Diarra, here we go. So, Sunderland agreed deal to. What happened?
You said we've got a here we go for them. I mean, it's
for them. I was
like, for them, is it?
For Sunderland, they sold
a
player.
They're about to lose their captain.
No, I was like,
they got here we go. Like it's a fucking good thing.
So Sunderland agreed a deal to sign Habib Diarra as new midfielder from RC Strasbourg. Here we go. Understand agreement has been reached tonight between clubs for a 35.5 million euro package. Add-ons included. That's not bad. Sell-on clause also included and medical tests booked. Sunderland are reportedly making an ambitious move to sign Strasbourg midfielder Habib Diarra. The Black Cats are putting together a package of excess 30 million pounds. So, okay, there you go.
Going to be their most expensive transfer, I think.
Their Joe Bellingham replacement. Interesting. I don't know if he's going to live up to the name. We'll see. But he's not a bad player. He's not a bad player at all. But yeah. So they're definitely going to need to reinforce in the midfield with his absence. They're going to definitely need to enforce in general. We saw the outline of their transfer window. Multiple players in different positions. Any thoughts on Strasbourg and selling their captain, making some money for themselves? If not, we can.
Yeah, I'm with Scott on that one.
Goddamn.
Strasbourg's captain. Are we getting him?
I don't think
he was Strasbourg's captain
too old, right?
For how many official matches in the French league? 0 for this season because he just became captain, bro.
Oh my god!
Santos was captain. I remember, guys. Santos was captain.
Oh no, he was. Yeah.
Santos, this man hasn't started.
You just got to give him captaincy just to be sold, eh?
Yeah, man, got captain to be sold.
Here's your nice promotion. I get out the door. Yeah, like that's kind of funny.
Just real quick, let me type this. By the way, ladies and gents, I think the final result of the Bayern Munich Flamengo game was 4-2. Yeah, Flamengo gave it a good shot, but
they tried.
Bayern's too much. Yeah, they tried.
They can hold it though. They think they can take first place and laugh at us.
You're not wrong. But okay, fine.
We would have had the same reality though.
Maybe.
We would have at this point, I think. Who knows? No, if we did get to the final, who knows? But like, at this point, I still think we'd lose this early in the stage.
Maybe.
If it was 11 men, it'd be 11 men against Benfica. It might have been a different story.
What do you mean?
It might have. We created so much more chances when they went down to 10 men. They had 11 men, right? 10 men.
He's talking strictly after the suspension.
Yeah, but we also created a bunch of chances before they went down to 10 men.
No, but the first 85 minutes, right?
They had zero shots on our target.
No. We dominated. I agree. We did dominate. And if there was no postponed, I think we won 1-0, by the way.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, like,
won 4-0, 3-0.
3, maybe. I don't know.
Cucurella's goal line clearance.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I think there was another one in there too. I can't remember.
Like, Delap didn't really get any chances. He had that one chance offside as own number, and that's a great finish, of course, but like, offside.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right, Chris. You weren't here yesterday, so we couldn't even talk about this.
No.
Fraud.
I thought you'd be doing a stream next day, to be honest.
Yeah, same. No. I thought he was doing one.
I would just, I don't know. I assumed that, but that's.
No
offense, I was ready to go to bed.
I messaged the group chat.
Yeah, no, I saw it afterwards.
Chris.
What do you mean, man? It's 2 AM for me. What about you? Was you there? Or was you? I don't know.
I was. Yes, I was actually.
Just kidding. He was there.
I swear I looked at it. Next day I looked at it. I didn't see you there.
You're not proper chills, Chris.
I'm proper fucking chills.
All right.
Ah, man, it's like about 2 AM or something.
Here's another one that no one's gonna care about, and it might even cause some of you to crash out. So I'm all for it. New youth signing. I think we signed another youngster, guys.
Who?
Strasbourg are set to sign Brazilian 16-year-old fullback Angelo Candido from Sao Paulo. He's one for the future with the potential view on a Chelsea move in the future.
I just had to laugh to myself like some 16-year-old.
Strasbourg will sign 16-year-old fullback Angelo Candido from Sao Paulo for £4 million. Blue Coat Group thinks Chelsea can be his long-term vision in the years to come.
Marshall, there's gonna be a point, Marshall.
This is a Cucurella backup.
Nah, You know
He's a
what?
right
I
back.
figured it out. I figured
Never
it out.
mind. We're gonna.
These man watched the under 21s Copinha, which is the under 21s FA Cup,
Baby
to see
Cafu.
who the fuck does well, and they go for him.
I told you guys
Mac
we're gonna crash.
Estevao, this guy, fucking. Remember the other guy, the Denner, fucking that left back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We
same
signed
thing. He
him.
was
I
doing
forgot
well with the
about him.
Copinha. Dude, that's all. Fuck. I could have been their scouts for Brazil this way. Fucking
Yeah,
see
man.
who does well in the FA
Highest
Cup.
CP, man.
I'm gonna give CP the platform right now to call it before it happens. Who's the next Brazilian talent we gotta look out for?
I don't watch the under 20. I have a life. I'm watching under 21 FA Cup in Brazil.
He's trying to see if you're laughing.
Brother, I just watched the Brazilian league and the FA Cup. That's enough for
You
me.
gotta step
I'm
up
not
your game,
doing
CP.
under
You
21
gotta step
for
up
the
your game, bro.
Brazilian league. I'm
Why
a
not,
Chelsea
man?
fan, bro.
We gotta
There
get
might be some great
CP
potential
in
there.
that.
I'm not
you
even
gotta-
Brazilian, brother. I'm not doing under 21.
CP, we gotta get you in that board, bro.
Fucking goddamn.
We need you
I
starting
need
to
pay you
sign our
actually,
new
like, look at these
signings.
players.
You need to sign our next
No,
There's gonna be a point, Marshall, like-
Alan Jr. or some
It's
shit.
gonna
I
get
don't
younger
know.
in this, Marshall. It's gonna get younger, and you might not have to like show it on
No,
it.
he can't sign. They can't. Oh yeah, they can't sign younger. Never mind. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I
Well,
mean,
we'll see him in 4 years' time or something, maybe. I don't know.
our new fullback. Scott
Well,
says
he's
he's a right back,
Strasbourg,
but he's
not
gonna
ours,
be
but-
he's gonna.
Nah, someone
well,
said Baby
he-
Cafu. I hear it. Baby Cafu, man. I
Dude,
saw the
it
comment.
makes sense because Cafu did come from Sao Paulo, so it actually kind of makes sense because he's a fullback.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying, guys.
We just gotta make sure if he's a left back or right back. If he's a right back,
He's
then
a right back. We're going to
Well,
convert
how
him
old is
into a
Reese
left
now?
back.
How old is Reese? 25?
No, 20, I think 24.
Is he 20?
Reese is 24, I believe.
I mean, this kid has to wait like another 6 years or something, right?
Reese is 25.
Ah, look at that. I got it right.
You know your favorite players.
Dennis FC. Apparently, we made. If you were listening to the stream earlier, not throwing shade, we actually made 48 million already. So not 40 million, 48 million actually.
Maybe he can replace
Mm-hmm.
Gusto in a couple of years, actually, think about it. In 2 years' time, maybe he replaces Gusto.
Fuck off!
Wait.
Fuck this! Fuck off! Nah, dude, I just came home.
Oh my days, they did.
I am not a
No
clown.
fucking way. How the
I am not a
fuck
clown.
do we,
I am not a clown. I am not a clown.
Oh, we're about to get a crash out.
bruh? Nah.
Oh no.
Fuck off! This
I fucking hate Jacob fucking Shadowbird. This fucking cunt always fucks up in the big moments. Man. Fuck this dickhead, man. Fuck this cunt for
Thank
this
you,
red
Jose,
again.
for breaking out the news.
He can't even shoot, man. Oh my god. Dude, he's like fucking Red Tech Walcott. He's all pace and fucking zero skill.
Oh my god, see,
Fuck
for a
this guy,
second,
man.
CP
Fuck
turned
you.
into Grover from fucking Sesame
Fuck
Street.
you, bro. Fuck, I genuinely hate this fucking pace merchant, man. He's a B Tech fucking Mudrik, man.
Big up,
And Mudrik isn't even that
Oh, you
good
had
as
10
he
men
was.
as well.
Oh, fuck.
And hey, guess who scores for us again, man? Jonathan David, man, my glorious game.
Bro, I've literally heard of like 2 of the Guatemala players. That's it, bro. I'm looking at their team. Like, what the
Yeah,
hell?
like, yeah,
I don't, Scott. I don't know what happens to us. We can do well and we can get first in FIFA qualies, but when it hits the Gold Cup, we can't fucking win, man. We can't win. We fucking.
So you're basically
lose to some-
saying you're the Spurs. of
Brother,
international
yeah, you straight up, no joke, no lie. We'll beat USA, but then
Yeah.
we'll lose to fucking Guatemala or another like Central American team that's not even good in like
No,
the
I feel you,
semis.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey. At least you don't got Poch. It's just,
That's true. That's true.
yeah. At least you don't got
Because
Poch.
if you guys didn't host the World Cup, you guys wouldn't have qualified. By the way.
Yeah. I can't,
I can't
even
wait to
argue
see.
that. Can't even argue that one. Speaking of scaring people, let's get into some nonsense that's been happening lately. a lot of fear mongering happening in the Chelsea fan base, I think. So I think this would be a little bit of an interesting topic to go over. A few topics to go over, or a few little tweets to go over on this one. Okay, I'll start off with this. So, sometimes I like to, just point out the facts and the statistics. Obviously, after Flamengo, people were crashing out. And then we had this. Chelsea have won 10 of our past 12 matches across all competitions. Our defeats are in the run that came against Newcastle and against Flamengo last Friday, when we completed both matches with 10 players. We have kept clean sheets in 6 of those games. Yeah. And people are surprised to see this. They think that we're worse than what we actually are. And then when we lost against Flamengo, the amount of people that were already Maresca out and absolutely just bulldozing him on the fact that he was experimenting, the fact that he didn't play Andre Santos, the fact that he didn't do this and that. And it's just like, listen, it wasn't a good defeat. I'll admit. I think Jackson plays a big factor in us not making a comeback. I know the goals happened before Jackson was even on the pitch, but him putting us down to 10 men definitely makes it difficult for us to score, which it happened against Newcastle. I mean, us being down to 10 men makes it difficult for us to make a comeback in that game. We continue. Senior sources have explained Chelsea are not afraid to make the squad even younger. Okay. You know what Chelsea are probably not afraid to? They're probably not afraid to make the squad better. They're probably not afraid to make the squad older. I don't fucking know. Like, I feel like sometimes when you have articles like this, it's just why?
Nah, they're saying they can get it younger, the average age.
Mm-hmm.
What's the average age now? Like 20? Is it 23?
21, 22, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, they can get to 21.
More fear mongering. Enzo Maresca on Andre Santos. Andre is working with us. He's working well, but I think he needs time to adapt. In this moment, I see him more in Enzo's position than Romeo's position. The reason why is because in the Premier League, you need to be physically strong. So he's not going to play over Enzo. Is that how I'm supposed to interpret this? To be a negative Chelsea fan? And you had like Nizar Cancela, who was the biggest culprit in a lot of this stuff, coming out and saying there's a lot of clubs interested in Andre Santos and he may want to leave Chelsea. And people just run with it. And people know exactly what the fuck they're doing. One last thing that I feel like is going to add to this is that Chelsea feel the bulk of their business is done, although are still discussing whether another forward is needed. So people are going to run with this and probably think that it ends at Pedro and Gittens. That's it. That's all we're going to do. So, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of fear-mongering in the Chelsea fan base, and I don't know if you guys agree. I'm sure you do to an extent, but I guess we'll get thoughts. Who wants to go on this one?
I think with this last tweet, I think there are concerns. I think crucially for me, we still don't have a backup left back. I really want to get that. We should not be running. We should not be running Cucurella into the ground. At least with Caicedo, we now have options, but the left back area is still barren, and we're going to have to play James Augusto there, which doesn't work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is there anything else that you're concerned with in terms of like a lot of the fear mongering happening as of late? Like, are you in the Andre Santos camp? That he's going to leave.
That Nizar was a nothing. He may want to move. Like, that's just so open ended.
Yeah. I mean, are there any other concerns that you have in terms of like what Chelsea's been doing and what's kind of been touted and stuff with the whole thing, or are you really just this one's really where like the buck stops for you?
I mean, I'm not the most happy that we've signed Jao Pedro. I mean, we'll get onto that when we do, but yeah, I mean. Overall, there is a bit of fear mongering, I guess, but yeah.
Scott, do you agree, or do you think it's merited?
Unfortunately, as is kind of the state of our club at the moment, is it's just two extremes. Like, you've either got people scaremongering, or you've got people that are just overly positive about anything and everything this club does. And if you fall in the middle, as I am at the moment, you're put in one of those camps. Like, for example, like, I don't know if you guys, obviously I joined that, I don't know if you guys spoke about the Jao Pedro thing. There are concerns I have about the Jao Pedro thing, but I also, there are things I see well about it. But if I bring up the things that I have concerns about, I'll get certain people and like, both on streams and in the chat, and if I was to post on Twitter, which I daren't do because it's an absolute cesspool, I just get comments about being negative and about just complaining. It's like, okay, cool, I'm fine, whatever. But then equally, like, at the same time, if there are some people where it's like, if I was to say something positive about something he's got, like, that a sporting director have done, or about a signing that's been done, or whatever that someone else didn't like, it then goes the other way. This fan base is just a mess, just in a constant state of mess. So yeah,
not wrong at all. Yeah, no, I agree. I just, it does feel like this fan base as well, by the way, because like whenever I like hear about what United fans go through, it seems like the large majority of the United fans are just positive about the whole thing. Like, even though they're in the pits of hell, they're looking at Cunha and that sign.
They always have that hope.
All is good. Oh, we're back. It's like they're overly optimistic on everything, and they think Ineos is still going to turn it around. Like, not everyone in the fan base
like that as well. A lot, not all
Arsenal is 100% like that. The majority of their fans,
like,
I would say, like,
obviously, you know, you're gonna, like, you know, you're not gonna get the, you know, hope and positive, or like, you know, what Arsenal could do. But like, a lot of Arsenal fans definitely have like hope and that positive. But Chelsea, there's no in between.
Yeah, the only other fan base I could see that's similar to ours is probably like Tottenham. Because Tottenham are like 50-50
in a
down
sense,
the middle.
yeah, because they win fuck all, and then they always feel like they should. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I thought for a second that was Enzo.
I mean, it's like with Jose. They thought that's too good for him, man. And
I think the thing with Manchester United is, you look at a player like Matheus Cunha, that's a clear upgrade on Alejandro Garnacho. I don't really see where a player like Jao Pedro is that clear upgrade. You know, he's going to be a bench player, and we're paying over 50 million for him.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I mean. Like, I feel that where we are as a fan base, a lot of people, like what Scott was alluding to, it's a mess where it's like you have it's a 50-50 down the middle of a large sector of the fan base that as soon as Maresca loses, as soon as Maresca, you know, gets something wrong, or they do something that Maresca, they don't like, they just are so loud to come out. And you even yesterday in the game, like, again, I know like some of you guys didn't end up finishing watching the game, but like, under the circumstances, Chelsea fans were fucking fuming that that penalty was given. We were fuming that the players were being essentially now forced to play an additional 30 minutes. And so when that goal happens, and Maresca's pissed off with us as well, right? Because he thinks it's a joke that he had to suspend the game 2 hours, all the frustration there. And then they get the goal, right? A deserved goal, because we deserved to win that game. And to be fair, in my opinion, still, Benfica didn't deserve to get a goal in that game. They didn't deserve to tie it. So for us to like do that when all odds were against us, like, yeah, he's gonna fucking celebrate. So you got Chelsea fans coming out saying like, Maresca, you're celebrating too much. It's like, are you fucking serious?
No, but then when he doesn't celebrate, they'll say he has no connection with the fans. Like, you know, you can't please them. Just ignore them. Ignore these people.
Yeah, no, obviously that's what people need to do.
I felt like Enzo Maresca was very emotional because of how long we had to wait, and then you saw like what happened with Gusto, and then we had to go the extra time, and then we go and win it, and you know, like, he's entitled to it. It's like when Chelsea was like happy and like, you know, celebrated the final day, when we got to the top four. A lot of Chelsea fans were miserable cunts, I thought. Like, they just weren't pleased. Like, even though a lot of Chelsea fans didn't expect to get top four or wanted to get top four, and we got it, and they celebrated a little bit with it, like, they just weren't happy with it.
That's what I mean. Like, we can't. I think, and of course, like, this panel is, I think, good and special in the sense, well, special in other ways too, but special in the sense.
I felt like you targeted me right there.
It wasn't. No. I would say we're all special.
No, it's the way you added that.
Oh, brother.
I told you, Chris. I told you he was talking. I told you.
Nah, that's the way you did.
What I meant
Being cheeky about
was
it.
we're all
I see, boy.
we're all special in our own way, right? But I also feel we're special in the sense that like we seem to be able for the most part to see both sides of the argument. But we stand where we stand. Obviously, like, you know, CP wants to sell a player every other game, but he understands why not. You know, you got, you know, Scott who wants the worst for this fan base, but then not immediately, but a season later realizes like I didn't want it to be this bad. You know, shit like that. Yeah, we all remember that. And then me, like, you know, just being overly benefit of the doubt guy. You gotta play those players and get their values up. Yeah, but that being said, like I don't know. I feel like when it comes to the fan base, they're so black and white about everything, and it's just odd. Like you're allowed to celebrate and be happy for the team while also be able to have the standards that you have. Like obviously, it's great that we won the Conference League, but I understand that it was a very fucking easy competition. We needed to win that. There was like you had to win it. It's great that we did it. Good. You accomplished what you're supposed to do. Now, let's get the standard back up. Now, this season...
This isn't standards, though. This is rage baiting. This is fear mongering. This is interaction farming. Whatever you want to call it. That's what all this is.
And it's a shame because, like, I feel like outside of Ornstein and Fabrizio a little bit, like, it's starting to really become that. Like, playing with words like, oh... there are players that may want to leave Chelsea. Like, yeah, they may want to leave Chelsea. They may want to stay at Chelsea. Like, what are we talking about? People who use their opinion pieces as like facts, like almost presented as facts, even though they're just opinion pieces. You have Matt Law doing the same thing too. And all it does is just riles up the fan base. It just gets them more pissed off than they need to. And it's just annoying because at the same point, like, fans have to take accountability. You know what these guys do. You know what their job is. You know that part of their job is to get you to click on things. But there's a lack of foresight, and I think I said that word right. There's this lack of foresight to see through that and just take everything for what it is. You know, take everything for what it. What's the word? I'm looking for a certain phrase. I can't think of it. But yeah, it's just. He is definitely special, but it's just like it's just frustrating, and I felt like I wanted to bring it up because it's happening right now with this whole Santos situation. It's happening right now with it's gonna happen with the transfer window and the transfer business as well. So I don't know. Anyone have any else to input on that, or shall we move on to the meats and potatoes of the stream today?
Nothing for me.
Move on.
All right, then meats and potatoes it is. Cool. Before we get into the meats and potato, ladies and gents, over 100 of you guys watching, but we're not at 50 likes, and we're almost at the hour mark, like I said. So let's try to get to 50 likes before that hour mark. You got 2 minutes, but go ahead and do that. It helps us out tremendously. And since you guys are here, you must be enjoying the content, so smash the like button. That way you can get it recommended straight to your feed, and subscribe as well, so that way you can have, you know, up-to-date all that stuff whenever we have a new stream out for you guys to enjoy or watch, you know, whenever you're at work or whatever. So yeah, helps us out tremendously. I really do appreciate it. We're only 5 more away. I'm looking at the counter go up. So big up to you guys who have been smashing that like button. Helps us out tremendously. More than you can believe. More than you can believe. Okay, let's get into the next thing. All right, the first here we go of tonight. Let's go. This happened, I think, early today or last night. Jamie Gittens, here we go. Yeah, it happened last night, actually, right before the game.
I think
it
the
was
game fucked
announced.
your timeline a little bit.
A little bit. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit. But let's get into it, guys. Let's read up about this. Let's see what happened, the events that occurred before the signing was done. So we already knew that the Jamie Gittens deal was imminent, that it was close, that it was all these things except done, right? So like I said before in the previous segment, A lot of these journals just want to regurgitate shit, get you to click on stuff, and it's just all this dopamine, right? So Jamie Gittens to Chelsea is at the final stages. Dortmund are now working on a replacement. We talked about the replacement they were looking at before. I think it was Sao Paulo player. And then Fabrice Hawkins. Exclusive agreement between Chelsea and Dortmund for Jamie Bino Gittens. 7-year contract as revealed. The winger will sign at Chelsea, and he only wanted Chelsea. We already knew that the deal was going to be for 7 years, 7-year long contract. We know he wanted to come to Chelsea. It was just a matter of negotiating that deal. And here we go with Fabrizio kind of alluding to us and teasing us a bit, saying, hey, he's going to be blue soon. And then Chelsea from David Ornstein. Good old reliable Ornstein Bomba here. Chelsea have reached an agreement in principle to sign Borussia Dortmund Jamie Gittens. The two clubs have reached an agreement over a deal with the fee yet to be confirmed. The deal is set to be completed pending a medical. Fabrizio Romano giving us the here we go. Breaking Jamie Bino Gittens to Chelsea. Here we go. Deal agreed club to club with Borussia Dortmund. Contract until June 2032 with Jamie Bino Gittens, who always wanted Chelsea. Understand medical will take place tonight for Jamie. Borussia Dortmund has set the last bid as reported by Fabrice Hawkins. Jamie Bino Gittens has completed the main part of his medical at Chelsea as planned. And then we also have here that I can reveal that Bayern Munich tried to hijack the deal and convince Gittens with important money, but Gittens wanted Chelsea and spoke to Maresca. Respect to Jamie Gittens. Yeah, respect. Proper Chelsea. But okay, I mean, we don't know what the fee is yet. There's rumors that the fee is 42 with add-ons for the 55 or something like that. So we'll see. I'm not opposed to it as long as that base fee isn't 50. Then that I feel like that's a little too much for the base fee being 50 and then 5 in add-ons or whatever. But I've seen the player play for a few minutes during the Fluminense game in person. You can definitely tell he's very direct. He's got that Nani-esque, style of play or profile of being direct, trying to dribble, trying to beat his man, trying to get into goal scoring opportunities, trying to score, be the hero. And I think this is a good player that we just signed. Whether the price is worth it or not, I mean, I'm at a point right now that as long as we're not paying way overs, we have this Champions League, this extra Champions League money. We have this extra money that's coming from Club World Cup. At the end of the day, the money is the money. It is what it is. I can still have an opinion on it, obviously. I don't think Jamie Gittens is worth more than 50 mil. I'm not going to get upset if that is how much they paid, as long as he actually performs and he plays well, and then no one cares about the damn price. At the same time, too, I mean, if they're paying overs for the player, then they're not penny pinching per se. On one aspect, it does annoy me, though, because we go back to Maignan. That's a whole different discussion, and I'm sure we're going to discuss that too. There's a goalkeeping section of the show today that we'll be discussing some of these links that have been happening and rummaging about lately. But yeah, I mean, that's enough of my thoughts on this. I mean, we'll see what the price is, and what the prices reveal, we will actually, discuss it. But yeah, I think this is a good player. Scott, what are your thoughts on Jamie Gittens? And I guess everything else that revolves around that.
I don't know. Like, I'm not particularly high on the player. But at the end of the day, like, just performing it, like, that's ultimately just where this team is at. Like, if you perform, no one cares. Like, as long as you perform, no one's gonna care. But if you don't perform, then it's shit business. But if you perform, it's good business. That's kind of where I'm like. I'm kind of done trying to like. What the fuck is that noise?
Wait, is it coming from me?
Maybe. Let's
Yes.
go.
Chris's freaking laptop's about to explode. What
Yeah,
the
no,
fuck?
like.
It could be my
like,
actual
with
fan,
with any
sorry,
of
my bad.
these. Like, if any of these with any of these players, like, this is what their club's gonna do. Like, they're going to sign these players whether we're in Champions League, whether we're not in Champions League, whether we whatever we need or whatever we need to do, doesn't matter. They're going to sign these types of players. So of course they just have to work. Like if that's what the vibe is, they have to work. If he comes in and performs like Palmer did, or Caicedo's done, or actually, bro, those are high bars. Just perform like Jackson did in his first season, and that's a positive step.
You think so? Because I mean,
Jackson in his first season was good. He was just shit in the second season. Like that's the
Jackson cost 30.
I mean, he got
but Marshall.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
My expectation for Jamie Gittens, based on what we had previously, is I'm expecting him to get. Actually, it might even be more now with the way people are talking. I'm expecting him to get like is 18 GNA across the season.
I think that's reasonable.
In all comps. And that's me being generous. Because that's what Neto has right now, and people are hyping that up, and he played well. That's not me saying he hasn't played well. But he was mostly mediocre the whole season. And people are saying we need better, like we need better than Noni, cool. We need better than Sancho, cool. Like, if these guys are coming in and they're better, I'm expecting 18 GNA minimum all comps. Because if he's not giving you that, he's not better. And I'm not doing this wait thing because we didn't want to wait for other players. I'm not waiting for Jamie Gittens. I'm not waiting for Pedro, by the way, as well, when he comes in. If Manyan came in, I wouldn't wait for him. I wouldn't wait for any of these players. They need to perform because I'm expecting things that this club will not deliver with the type of players they're signing if they don't hit now. I'm not waiting like 20 years or 10 years for them to get to their peak.
How old is Gittens? Like 20?
20.
Do you? I don't think you do expect, but like, do you expect him like to hit off the ground in the first
Yes.
season? You think he? What do you think he will, or do you just wait?
No, I don't think he will, Chris.
Yeah, and the personal
I
level,
don't
you don't think he
particularly
will.
rate Gittens that
Yeah.
highly. I think he's
Yeah.
a good player. I don't think he's the kind of player that's going to come in and immediately hit. He has to hit though, because if he doesn't hit, then
what's
what
the
was
point, yeah.
like? What's the point in terms of now? Because I understand some of these guys are for the future, like you see with that Candido kid we talked about earlier, but we also need to think about the here and now, right?
And Esteban
We're on the cusp of being able to chat. Like our squad, if you get the right pieces in, is capable of a title challenge, maybe even winning a title, but at the very bare minimum, a title challenge. That's with the squad we currently have. Like, these are the type. If we're getting Gittens, for me, considering where I think our squad is and what I think we need and where I think we are, he's got to be the type of player that can help. If he's not, why is he here?
I mean, I can't argue that because I didn't really want Gittens, but the only maybe positive for me is maybe Chelsea don't sign Garnacho because I'd rather Gittens over Garnacho, I think. But
100%. Oh yeah, 100%. Like that.
But like,
is
I would rather like Kudos over the two anyway. And be honest, like I think he would help the team a lot more. But yeah, if we get Kudos, that's great. But like, then where does Gittens go if we get Kudos as well? Like
he starts on the left wing. Oh no, he probably actually doesn't start.
No, like yeah, if we do get Kudos, of course, he doesn't start.
We were talking about this, Chris. We were talking about this backstage before. If you remember, we were talking about this backstage. It would probably be Neto and Gittens on the left, and then Kudus and Estevao on the right.
I see Neto and maybe Kurdistan, but maybe I'm wrong. But like, because Neto is looking good like right now, but that's obviously just a Club World Cup. But like, he's looking better in the later stage in the Premier League as well. I thought. So I don't know. I think Neto's a starter too.
No, Neto's a starter in this team.
Neto right now is shoehorned into the start.
Gittens is a starter until, unless Kudus comes in. But like, but that's where we stand. But like I said, if he's going to be better than what we had, so he's got to be better than Noni. All of his faults. For me, Noni was our best winger last season. That's not saying much. They were all shit, to be completely honest with you. He just was the best of a crap bunch. Because I also don't consider the Club World Cup part of last season.
It's kind of weird, yeah, because I think the stats...
I do, just because it was kind of an international break before this competition
started.
Cool.
It's a bit weird.
If you do, cool, I don't. So for me, this is a new season, because it's also being used as pre-season, by the way, with the tactics Maresca's using, so you don't use it for pre-season if you're not thinking about next season. But yeah, so He's got to come in and be better than what we got from Noni. If he doesn't give you better than what we got from Noni, what was the point? Because you had a guy there in Noni who, I'm not even saying Noni's amazing, but who already knew the system, had already been here a couple of years, knew the squad, or knows the squad. You've spent more money you didn't need to spend. And again, this is all on if he's not better. I hope he is. Like, I'm not even saying I don't want him to be. I want to be proven wrong about all these players. If all these players hit, then it's fantastic. Because if all these players hit, then we're winning shit. But I'm not getting excited about someone I didn't rate.
Yeah, I mean, I like the player. That's just me speaking on my personal perspective of it. We'll see, because he is very young. I'm going to just also shoehorn this into the conversation, because we might as well. 2 for 1 special, guys, because in the matter of 24 hours, you guys got 2 dopamine shots, because Jao Pedro also became a here we go. Big here we go in the last 24 hours, 48 hours. I'll say this. I was criticizing the directors for how slow they have been doing business and how this hasn't, and I'll still hold this criticism, how this should have been done before the Club World Cup started. If you were, paving the way from January up until this point, I still hold that criticism. This should have been done sooner. But the fact that you're actually getting business done and you're not just leaving the manager to die out there, cool. I'll give you that. I don't know if these aren't my preferred signings, but then again, I hold the whole thing about just get the signings. Just get the signings. And you know what? If this is how much you want to spend on it, then so be it. Like, I'm not gonna, when it comes to price now, cool. Spend the money. Yeah, he's doing the salary that you want. It is what it is. We have the money to spend. I'd rather you spend it than penny pinch. But let's go and onto this. So to give some context, the build up to this happened pretty quickly, to be honest. This was about a week from the point where we heard interest, and then a week later we have the player now. So let's not forget the interest from Chelsea and Jao Pedro. He remains a player of interest, and they are having conversations because they like him and are following closely. Chelsea are in talks with Brighton over a deal for Jao Pedro. Fee would likely be above £50 million. They are keen on a versatile attacker who provide variety and depth. Brighton have rejected bids from Newcastle and Chelsea in excess of £50 million for Jao Pedro. Talks are ongoing, according to Ed Aarons. Yeah, one of them wasn't true, as we find out in a little bit. Chelsea and Newcastle both remain involved in the Jao Pedro race. Sam Jewell brought Jao Pedro to Brighton and has since joined Chelsea's recruitment team. Jewell has been influential in the push for him. So you could probably see the trail of tears that leads back to a bunch of the Brighton contingency that came to Chelsea, leading this deal. And then Fabrizio Romano, new tweets here saying Chelsea understand Chelsea have now intensified talks to advance on Jao Pedro deal. Chelsea are focused on Jao deal with Brighton after signing Jamie Bino Gittens with medical yesterday. Newcastle had 2 proposals rejected by Brighton, and Chelsea now pushing. And then here we go, the Ornstein Bamba. Chelsea reached agreement with Brighton to sign Jao Pedro. Deal for 23-year-old forward in excess of £50 million. Personal terms in place for a 7-year contract. Medical being arranged. Brazil international only wanted Chelsea will join FIFA Club World Cup squad, according to The Athletic, which... that's cool. He'll be going right into the squad. I think they said he might be available for even Palmeiras. I don't think he's going to play. But anyways, breaking. Jao Pedro to Chelsea. Here we go. Agreement done club to club for fee in excess of £50 million. Jao will travel on Tuesday for medical tests and contract signing, ready for FIFA Club World Cup. Chelsea decided to pursue Pedro quickly for the Club World Cup. Pedro could be available to face Palmeiras, according to Ben Jacobs. Chelsea decided to not approach Brighton for Jao Pedro in May. However, discussions were held in America in June and decided that Pedro's versatility and system fit would make him a strong addition. Jao Pedro is already en route to the U.S. from Brazil. And Chelsea will pay, according to Ben Jacobs, £55 million plus $5 million in add-ons for Jao Pedro, a £60 million package. Wow. Documents will be completed for Jao Pedro and Gittens tomorrow. More signings will follow, according to Fabrizio. Let's see. And I guess we'll look at this later. And this is we're gonna actually look at this now. Let me actually get this to be a little bit bigger. I don't like the fee. I'm just gonna say that right now. I don't like the fee.
What the fuck
60
is it I'm
million
looking at,
pounds.
sorry?
You don't like the fee.
Jao Pedro ranks highly among Premier League attackers per Scouting Stats AI. His style of play is all about crafting opportunities. He's a maestro in chance creation, consistently finding pockets of space and threading incisive passes.
Sorry.
Okay.
Hang on. That thing about he's a maestro in chance creation. My man has 9 assists in nearly 4,000 minutes across 2 seasons.
Oh, in 2 seasons?
In nearly 4,000 minutes.
he joined there last.
No, wait, when you say assist, though, right? Does he create a lot of chances in general? Like, does he create chances and just the strikers don't score though as well? That's the.
Okay. So
Then again, I'm not trying to argue. Like, I don't want Jao Felix. I don't want Jao Pedro, man.
You're gonna do this all season, are you?
Well, like, I was doing Pedro Neto and Pedro, Jao Pedro, man. Just too many Pedros and Jaos, and I hate it, man. Why do we get Felix? Why did we get Felix? Like, we bought Felix.
Man, you're asking that now?
We literally no, but we literally bought Felix right last season, and now we got
So
this
it's just his
Pedro.
stats.
No, I
Jao
get Marshall, I get that. I don't understand like
10
what the
goals,
stats are.
6 assists. RAT. What is this? Rating?
Rating.
Average
Got too many
rating.
Jaos and
Expected
Pedros.
goals.
Yeah, right.
Shots.
Shots on target.
He
shots on
overperformed
target,
his
shots on target.
he overperformed his XG, which is interesting.
I don't know what the fuck these are. At this
He's a
point.
bench player.
Brother,
He's a
what the
bench player.
fuck? This is where stats goes too far, man. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
that's what
I'm
I'm saying,
looking at a graph.
I can't even.
I'm just looking at a maths
Yeah,
table.
they're going too far.
Can you guys tell that I don't go over my tweets before I post them? Like,
Not
I
always,
just
no.
don't. Not always. I mean, I was like, this looks like it could be interesting. I'll look at it later, and I gotta make the show. You know, like
Before
I
you
keep
can
it
wing
pushing.
it.
I have no interest
Yeah.
in that.
Yeah, let's take this off the screen.
I don't know.
Oliver, we'll start with you because I'm pretty sure you don't like the signing. So yeah, go ahead.
I
Kick us off.
don't really. I mean, I'll start for one thing. 10 goals looks impressive off the bat. First of all, this is going to be a backup player for us, whereas he was a starter at Brighton. Second of all, 5 of those goals are penalties, and we all know who the penalty taker is at Chelsea. So half his goal output at best, and that's what you got with Jao Pedro for 55 million. I think it's too much, and for a team that, in the case of certain individuals, already has a temperament problem, you're going to bring this guy in, who there was repeated video evidence of him trying to elbow players and commit, violence on them, and even the Brighton fans say that he's got some sort of attitude problem. Like, we apply this for some players, but then for others we let it slide. We need to be more consistent, because you see with a player like Nicholas Jackson, and granted this is only 2 instances in how many, but you can see that a player that can get caught up like that, it really derails your performances. And literally, like we already pointed this out, only losing 2 of our last 13 games, and they both coincided with a straight red card for serious foul play. So we can't be taking these kind of risks. I'm happy to be proven wrong, but from the outset, and also just this kind of whole thing with he's one of these Felixes and Nkunku's, the positionless player, striker, wing, 10.
I don't think he is.
I hope to be proven wrong. It's just, I hear the word versatile, when nowadays I just kind of feel like more often than not that just means that instead of being great in multiple positions, you can't really decide. But again, happy to be proven wrong. We'll see how it goes. I really hope it works out.
Anyone else have some thoughts on Jao Pedro?
I don't want it. Why did we get Felix? Like, we got Felix last season.
Vibes.
No, because this is what it is. Like, we got Felix to be a squad player. I guess we're going to sell him, right? He's going to be sold this season, hopefully now, because like we just got Jao Pedro, to be what? And he's gonna be another backup. He's gonna be like, he's gonna fit into that 10 as a backup to like Cole Palmer. He can like maybe compete with the lap. We can probably keep Jackson too, maybe. So Jackson's gonna be up there as well, probably. And then he can maybe play on the left wing, like competing with Gittens. I don't know who else, but like Madueke, Neto. Like he's just a backup. So
I think he might. If I'm looking at this, I think primarily he has to be the 10 backup.
Does he?
I don't know. This one annoys me more than Gittens. This one.
I mean, he's not going to be the striker, Scott. I mean, we've got Delap and Jackson.
Because the more I look into this, because there's a couple issues I have with this, and they're not all necessarily on him as a player, because I do think he's a decent player. And RSM, I was going to brought this like, if you look at his shit, I saw a tweet about it. Literally, I was on my way out earlier, and I saw the tweet just before he's not going to be a starter, by the way. And definitely not a left wing. What was the thing? Was it check the attackers and wingers for a second? No, it's not that one. There was a thing that someone posted of his stats on FBref, and I don't know what it was for, but it's just green. Like it's just green.
I think it was him as a midfielder. I think,
which was really impressive. Like there's some nice stuff here. As I said, there's a couple issues I have with this. One is, and actually, to be honest, kind of both of them are on a Maresca kind of. One of them is just in terms of minutes he's going to play. I don't really like. I think he's a good option for depth, not necessarily at the price we paid for him, but I think he's a good option for depth. The issue here is he's got to be someone the manager trusts. Now, people saying, "Oh, but we've just bought him or whatever. We bought him for backup. We bought Felix for backup. We bought Nkunku. He was backup. They didn't play because Maresca just didn't vibe for them for whatever reason. We don't know if Pedro's going to vibe with them. So him getting backup minutes at the 10, I think isn't happening because I think Palmer's playing 90% of the games. He could get backup minutes at the striker or left wing. I'd have a look as well. He's played like 62% of all games in his career at number 9. So he could easily be striker depth as well if we did move on from Jackson anyway. But yeah, I think he's going to be back up anyway wherever he's playing. Which is fine. Like as I said, it's good depth to have. It's just whether he gets minutes is one thing. Number two, it's like even if he's going to start, which I don't think he is. This is more of an issue if he ends up starting. Is you end up having to move so many pieces about, which I'm fine with, as long as then we don't get anyone else, because apparently there's still talk of like us being interested in Kudus, which if we've signed Jao Pedro and he's seen as a starter, it makes absolutely no sense to go and get Kudus. So, but yeah, like I go back to what I said about Gittens. Just be good. In the minutes that you get, just play well. Because if you play like shit, like then...
He's got good aerials won, by the way. 1.89. This is per 90. So he wins 2 aerials.
Well, he is. How tall is he? He's like 6 foot.
As fuck.
Isn't he 6 foot?
I mean, as a striker, like if we do end up playing him as like a backup striker or a striker, then 2 aerials won per game. Like he can head the ball. He's got a decent header on him. You know. Here's the thing.
The one thing, by the way, the one thing I am actually hoping. Sorry to interrupt. The one thing I'm hoping that maybe Pedro does, but I'm just more of our attackers need to do this, and maybe this will come with time. Is just find forward passes better. Like, and I only say this because I saw Kai's comment, and where I disagree with him slightly on the Delap thing is I don't think Delap has been. Even if Delap has been underwhelming, I don't put all of that on him, because especially last game we're just not finding him enough. He's slowly learning the Chelsea way of make a million runs a game and not be found, or be open in the box, or be open here and there.
Game before he was making a few runs, they just weren't.
It's also not the Premier League. He's not familiar with like.
No, so that's the thing where like he's going to learn, obviously, or the players are going to learn him.
Yes.
But hopefully, just having more players who are going to like play it forward to Delap is going to help.
Which is Jao Pedro, based on these stats, like Very, very heavily creative player. He can create chances, which is nice to see.
I mean, so can Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer can create a lot of chances too. So like, if they get good chemistry, but
I mean, I'm not vouching for this, but part of me also thinks that when Palmer isn't working, or if we want something else besides Palmer to work, and it's not Enzo, like okay, my opinion on Jao Pedro. I like the player. Do I think he's worth 60? No. I'll say that straight out. I don't think he's worth the price that we paid for him. But it's Brighton, and we have a 50-50 hit ratio with Brighton, right? Like
50-50. I felt like it's 70 high. Like
it's 2 out of 3.
Yeah, so
wait,
60.
Wait. We had
Robert Sanchez doesn't count. Cucurella hit. He's
yeah. Cucurella hit.
Caicedo and Sanchez. One has been a straight L. His entire
of course, yeah.
Wasn't there another?
I expected
there was a fourth
no.
signing.
Where was the fourth? Yeah, I thought like
okay.
I felt like it's more of a hit.
Are you talking player or manager? Because the fourth was Potter.
Okay.
Okay, manager. Yeah, that's the fourth. Yeah. Okay.
So I've always just counted players.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. If you're taking more staff, like if we're going outside of players, bro, it's like 30%.
Kai, you better be here if it works out the opposite direction too. I'm just saying.
I'll be here. Then.
Not just if it turns out you're right. Also, if it turns out
Wait, Kai, how many goals do you reckon Delap will score
there?
At Chelsea, roughly. You know, you're not gonna get the bang on number, but
this is the thing.
So I think he'd score around 16 or so.
So to finish my point on Pedro, right? I think there's a very good player in there. I just don't think he's worth 60. When I have seen him play, like I've been really like he's a problem. Like he's very problematic to opposition defenders and stuff. Like he's hard to deal with, right? Because he's elusive, he's a little tricky. He's got that Brazilian flair to him that I do like. He can be a little hot-headed, which I have seen as well. Which again goes against the whole we didn't get. What's his face, Duran for this and Osimhen for that. All right, well,
yeah, that's all bullshit.
That's a little bit of like, okay, well now that's looking a little funny. I think he's a good player. Now I'm also thinking like, okay, is there a possibility, because right now with this new system, and we saw the tweet earlier, it said that they weren't interested in him in May, but then after going to Club World Cup and talking to Maresca, things change. We saw the system kind of change, so now we're kind of playing with 2 strikers in a sense, with a shadow striker and a striker. From time to time, like the formation goes into that, which we saw against Tunis. I don't know if we saw that against Flamengo, but we saw a little bit of that yesterday as well. So if we have, let's say, a game where we don't have Enzo, right, Fernandez, and I know we suffer very badly in terms of creativity when we don't have Enzo, because we talked about this, right? We don't have the proper wingers and stuff. I do think a Jao Pedro that can come in there as a shadow striker, or a 10, or a striker, and you have Palmer behind him, you could have some potentially really good link-up play there, and like you can have another outlet in which to create that doesn't solely depend on Enzo Fernandez. You could even potentially, I'm not saying do this could be an experimental thing. You could potentially play Joao Felix in that Enzo role, like a box crashing 10. I could see it.
You mean Jao Pedro?
Jao Pedro, yeah. You could play Jao Pedro in that Enzo role. I could see that. I'm not saying he's gonna, be exactly like Enzo Fernandez, but if Fernandez were to get injured or he's suspended for whatever reason, or we can't play him.
That, by the way.
I don't know what the hell's gonna happen with Gusto, Scott.
I'm saying you quite physically cannot. If you're going to do that, Jao Felix isn't really offering too much defensively, and I don't expect him to as an attacking player. You can't play Gusto in that midfield then if you're going to do that. I'm not even saying you can't do that, Marshall, in terms of doing what you said he could do, but then it would have to be Reece James or Cucurella inverting, which I'm fine with, but it would have to be one of those two. Like I said, like my thing is like. My thing with this isn't even, like I said, it's not on Jao Pedro. It's more my one hope is he gets minutes. Like, I do not want to be here in 6 months' time in January again with another player who's the backup to Cole Palmer having played 200 minutes.
I don't know what you're gonna go out with 60 mil in the marketing debt. I'll be so honest with you.
Osimhen, I'll be real. Obviously,
Osimhen's
wages are going to
not
be
gonna
massively
cost-
different.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, Osimhen's not going to be 60 mil.
What about Gyökeres' wages?
Gyökeres apparently
Gyökeres'
is
wages
going
are
to
fucking
be.
mad as well. It depends if you're
like-
just it depends if you're talking 50 million like all in including wages or 50 million.
Mhm.
What's it called? Just transfer fee.
You
I
know,
feel
also
like
got. Go ahead, Chris.
No, I'm just gonna say I feel like Gyökeres around 250 or something like that. I think that'd be fair enough. Like the guy gets you goals, like, and he's like one of the top like looked at strikers still. Like I know no one's signed him yet, but you heard about Arsenal looking at him for sure, and Man United as well in the Premier League. I know about. I don't know about outside the Premier League, but and Chelsea, we have been looking at him as well. Kinda.
Yeah.
If it's true or not, I don't know.
Gyökeres potentially. That's the rumor, right? Like when you look at the market for attackers, I personally want Malik Fofana, right? Like I think that would have been a great signing. It doesn't look like it's going to happen now. He's better. Jao Pedro is better than Garnacho. Jao Pedro is better than Sesko. Jao Pedro is probably better than Jonathan David. No offense, EP.
I would take Jonathan David though, since he's for free over him. At least he'd be free, and we can maybe use that money somewhere else, maybe. But like, I don't think there'd be a big difference between the player. But
I'm thinking like, what other player? Like you weren't gonna get Florian Wirtz. Like let's be real. Like
Nope.
that price is ridiculous for Florian Wirtz. I mean, what?
as a 10
think-
or winger,
The only other players I would have
Kudus.
gotten over Jao Pedro.
I know we might still get
Kudus, yeah,
Kudus.
Kudus I would
I'd take
take.
Kudus
I think it
over him,
depends
easily.
on. I think it all depends on what you're
Brian,
after.
what's his name from Brentford? That winger.
One Buemo.
Yeah, and
the
Bremo,
other. I think it depends on what you're after. Because
He's 100% better than Sesko. Come on, bro. Why? What are we doing?
I think again. I think the Jao Pedro
I
thing,
mean,
it
they're
depends
both
on
mid to
it
mid,
depends
but-
on what you're after from the player, right?
Yeah.
I would have preferred Kudus over him, but that's because of, again, I'm going back to, I think that this is all in my head. If Cole Palmer plays 90% of the minutes next season, so the guy that's going to be behind him, I need it to be a guy that is willing to be on the bench, like for most of the season, but you can also bring on here and there in games when you're 3-0 up or something. And for me, that's the closest person we've got in the team is Estefao. So I'd have probably just rather gone and got Kudus to put right wing, and then you put Neto on the left, and there's my starting wingers next season.
Yeah.
And then you've got like Noni if he stays, and Gittens as the backups. Excuse me. But yeah,
Also,
like at the end of the day, like sorry, Marshall. The only other actually not worry. The only other point I have on this in terms of the one thing I hope that doesn't happen, because I said before in terms of like the order we do things in, I'm fine if you have to get Jao Pedro because you want this versatile attacker. Cool. That should not preclude you spending this 50 mil, 60 mil, whatever it is. Should not preclude you from signing the other players you need in positions. I do not want to come out of this window having spent 50 million on a guy who may only play 200 minutes from now to January, and us go into next season with Cucurella as the only left back. That cannot happen.
I agree.
I do not want to go into next season with Sanchez as the goalkeeper.
I agree.
I do not want to go into next season with, I'd like a centre back, especially now Disasi's injured. Potentially, we don't know how long for, but he was on crutches. I want these things to happen. If these things can happen and we get Jao Pedro, cool. Like it's a bonus.
Not
We've got
Disasi, please.
As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted.
It was legit Buddy show. Can you just can we not appease the black players, please? This is all I'm asking.
Before I was rudely interrupted. Yeah, as long as you can get these guys in, like in those positions, then getting Jao Pedro in as an extra player in attack, who's improving the depth. Obviously, I think he's better. He's going to be better for our team than Nkunku was. He's going to be better for our team than Joao Felix was.
I mean, I can see. You see how people are
So
having
as long as they get those guys in the other positions, then, bro, like, fine.
But the thing is, like, when you see right now what's happening in the fan base with the Nkunku thing, right? Like people are saying like, oh, Nkunku's been looking really good. This new system looks really good for Nkunku. I think Jao Pedro can do a better job in that position.
Jao Pedro do better than who? Sorry, I missed that.
I think Jao Pedro is going to do a better job in the role that Nkunku's been taking in this team. The thing is,
at the end of the day, my thing with the Nkunku thing is like the Nkunku. It's not an experiment, but I can't think of it. The Nkunku experiment, for lack of a better term, it's failed. Like he might be looking better, but it's failed. Like it's done. It's finito. Like he just needs to leave because it hasn't worked.
But that's why I'm done with these like players with a name. Like I don't care. Just get the players. Like and Ahmed, you already know. You stand with me on this. That I'm done with this bringing in players who I know from other leagues and this and that. Like, oh, I know this player. I know Cherky. I know this and that. Even though I would have loved to have Cherky in this team. But regardless, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, just if you have a system, if you have profiles, if the manager's asking for certain profiles and you're finding them and you're scouting them, cool. Let's see how it works. I need to see more outgoings as well. Like, let's also be honest about this whole thing.
I'm just gonna wait for you guys to finish it. Just let me know. You know.
Yeah, no, we'll let you speak, obviously, but like,
Bro's making faces in the background.
The Google thing was crazy. The Google thing was crazy only because
it's not because if you're
the only reason why I say that is only because I don't know, like one bit I have to like I'm looking at Maresca a little bit sideways on slightly. It's only he decided to change the system obviously now, right?
See, this is like what I mean. Like,
no,
come on, bro.
Okay, but like what I'm talking about is that I feel like he changed the system and it's actually helped play it out. So my question is, if he knew this was gonna help said play it out, why are we not trying this sooner? That's the only thing I'm gonna say.
He was doing a little bit of that, I thought, like changing system at the end of the season too. He was very like committed to like the same system from the season.
He started doing a bit more counter attacking in the sense that he would score and then essentially like sharp shot when we then like counter.
No, but I thought he was doing that a bit late in the season too at times.
No, like, he was doing it at the end of the season, and I agree with that's what I said. He would score and then he would sharp afterwards, basically. Then like counter. So that's what I'm saying, like Marshall, like he changed it. And I was like, if he had done a little bit sooner, he still hadn't concluded the team. I'm just saying, it maybe would have been a bit more helpful, right? In a certain period of time. That's what I'm asking for, right? If that makes sense. Now, I'm not saying Nkunku obviously is without error, right? Obviously, he himself also was not probably showing his best self to work either, right? Which I agree with too. So it's a little bit for me. It's like I feel like we need a little bit of balance there too.
So 2 things to address Kai real quick, because Kai's my boy. But I gotta address this.
Oh, fun fact, by the way. Sorry, Marshall. No, there's more important news. Fun fact: the US are 1-0 down to Costa Rica.
Yes, come on! Yes. No, hey, Touch Nation, man.
Thank God, after the fucking loss we had out there.
Not surprised.
And Costa Rica.
You imagine that Canada US get out.
So here's the thing on this, right? Nkunku is doing a better job than Delap, and he's their new signing. We wasted money on players who don't improve us, and if they do, it's only by marginal numbers. Cool. We bought Nkunku. What has he done to improve us? 4 goals against fucking what team was it? Noah. Like
he did score against Bournemouth. I remember that goal against Bournemouth.
Marshall,
like that helps.
Like this is the thing. Like
as Nkunku in the Conference League in the group stages when both of them were healthy. So I don't know what
a hat trick against what was that?
I think the problem is
hold on, let me finish my point. I have 2 points. Let me finish. Right. There's this overinflation on Nkunku because like you like the player, and I like the player too, right? And so you want it to desperately work. You don't want to admit you're wrong about the player, which I'm sure maybe you actually have. I don't know.
Yes, I'm not the way to do that.
You're comparing what Nkunku has done in the span of 2 years and a few games now for Chelsea versus what Delap has done the last 3 games, bro. Like what are we doing? Or last 3 games? Like he's only had 3 starts. All right, I'll send you the link.
He wants a defender.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
I'm going to change shirt.
listen,
I'm ready.
Listen, I'm ready, man. It's really hard. It's really hard, obviously.
I know it is quite warm. I do agree.
And this is and the second thing, just one last thing, right? This is quick. The second thing is, I'll send you a link in a second, guy. Give me 2 seconds. Hold on. The second thing is, someone just said this, and I 100% agree with it. I think this is a brilliant point. Is where is it? Where is it? Oh, god damn it! I just had it. Oh,
who is it by?
Maresca had to get result. He couldn't risk changing the system like this. To an extent, he's not wrong. You stick with the system, one system, right? You get the players to establish themselves and learn the system, and then he's earned himself time by accomplishing his goals, which is top 4 and a trophy. He gets his goals, he buys himself time. So now he can experiment and fuck around a bit in this tournament specifically, right? So to an extent, it's like, I understand what Ahmed is saying, right? About like, oh, we can't, change about why couldn't he do this for Nkunku sooner and all this and that. I understand that. To an extent, though, when you have players like Cole Palmer, who's taking your position, when you're going up against Jackson, right? And Jackson at the time is scoring as 1 goal for every other goal you're fucking scoring. It's like,
it was the January period, though. That's what I was mentioning in particular. I actually think
by that point, I think he was already checked out.
No, I get that, but I think for me, you remember at that January point, you had lost in my. I think at the time you lost Jackson, then you lost Gui, and then obviously we were in a bit of a rock period in general. Even before then, he actually changed our tactics quite a bit towards the end of the season as well, right? To make sure we eventually got into top 4 as well. So for me, the argument I'm also making is that changing the system as he's done now is not as big as I think it would be if we were going to like a back 3 or something like that in particular. So
sure.
So I don't. My point is more so if you had tried this in the period where we had a little bit of a rut in, like to maybe change things up, kind of help us get a bit of 1 or 2 more wins. I don't necessarily think it would be much of a problem. I'll be honest. Does that make sense? Like I'm not necessarily obviously absorbing in Nkunku of like him not being good enough and stuff like that, but at the same time, him tweaking it and then testing out against these teams because your main one is not working. I don't think it's a bad take at all.
But
that's all it is to me, Marshall, right? Because at the end of the day, like we can dilly-dally, we can cook, we can say all this stuff about it as well. But at the end of the day, eventually Nkunku's leaving anyway. I think Jao Pedro is the one that's going to be taking Nkunku's place. That's just the way that I think. In my personal
I just think, in that position that Nkunku takes up, right? I think it requires a lot of movement. Which is, I just don't think that's Nkunku's style. Nkunku wants to be in the box. He wants to get the goal in the area to score a goal, and he wants to score. He doesn't want to build up play. He doesn't want to create that much. He wants to be the one that receives the pass to score a goal, and it doesn't fit the system. We could try to force a square peg into a round hole, but it's just not.
Unironically, I think when the game that he had with Delap, one of the things that I liked about that game was that because Delap is able to. It didn't necessarily require him to make runs all the time because Delap can also drive the ball quite well, right? So it just allows Nkunku to get into that space as well. But at the end of the day, for me, listen, his time at the club's up anyway. So I don't think there's no point of us reminiscing about what can work and what can't work with Nkunku. Does that make sense? Like he's already gone, the jig's up, time to move on. So listen, I think Jao Pedro is going to definitely replace him. In terms of Jao Pedro,
a better job. I don't think he's a better player, but I think we'll see a better job.
I think we'll see.
I think he'll be better in terms of the striker position. In terms of majority of this time he's been subbed with Maresca has been as a quote unquote striker, right? Nkunku. So that's why I think Jao Pedro will be better than Nkunku when it comes to that substitution. Because Jao Pedro was more of a striker. That's the only thing I'm saying.
That's fine. And you know what? That's a first speculation.
He's better with positioning and heading even, right? So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's a much fair speculation. And I think at the end of the day, with Jao Pedro, I think he's probably going to be a guy that's probably going to be in that left-hand role, in my personal opinion. Maybe striker as well, obviously, if we need a backup every now and then, obviously, to what I would assume to be Delap as number 1. I think, listen, if you're looking from a data standpoint, he suits Maresca, suits with the stuff that he does. So there's not really much for me to disagree upon when it comes to the player. You know what I mean? There's no need for my opinion on the matter. But what I will say to finish it all off, is that again, obviously this signing is a proven signing, right? That's something that we talk about often. We need guys that play in the league and have experience in the league. He provides that at the end of the day.
And I do like that about Jao Pedro as well. Like, he has Premier League experience, which we don't have to, really do with the other fucking the Sesko one gets me, Kai. That one I don't understand. I don't know why you see Sesko and you think he's better than Jao Pedro.
Well, for one, Jao Pedro has like what, 5 goals? How many goals does he have?
Yeah, but it's not just about goals. He's playing left wing. He's playing the 10. He's playing striker.
Marshall, respectfully, in a team like ours, it is about goals, because what we're trying to increase by these signings is improving our goals, man. None of our strikers are double digits in goals. All of us, we sat in many different panels, Scott and I and many other people, we discussed that the main thing we need to improve in our team in the window was goals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? I think, Scott, I don't know if you were there, all of us on Carefree Lewis, we said, all we're asking from these owners now is for us to score goals. And now all of a sudden, everybody's accepting all these 5 goals, 6 goals players and trying to say, oh, I don't like the owners, but it's all the market has, blah, blah, blah. To me, that sounds that you're grabbing their fucking cocks and you're shoving them down your throat. You're accepting everything they put down your throat. Hey, man, maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I understand it.
The way I see it, though, and let me see if I can find a tweet, because Maresca came out and said what he prefers. He doesn't want like a singular focus, right? Like, he doesn't want a striker that gets all the goals. He wants goals spread across the attack, which I also have to say, Palmer, you have to step up in that role too, because you've not been good enough in terms of making goals.
He got the most goals last season. That's what you make out. He got what, 15 goals last season? 16?
14, but yeah. But he wants that across the board.
If you want that across, then you got to ask like the right winger, the left winger, the striker to get 14, 15 goals as well. Like, not just Palmer. I know Palmer had his issues last year. I'm not excusing, like, you definitely had bad games. I'm just trying to defend that point.
He is literally people saying he had a bad season last season, which I agree compared to his previous season before that he had a decent season. But if he still has a bad season, yet he outscores by more than half of all our other goal scorers' goals, that just tells you how fucking shit our attackers are. And I don't want to be negative because, like, fucking I have other crap in my life to be negative about right now. But the reality is, did we and I will ask each and one of you, like, we spent over 130 million so far in this window, and can you tell me by guarantee that any of those fucking players are going to improve our team next season? Are they going to lift us from top 4 to a title race?
Who, Gittens and Pedro?
I think the biggest liability for a title race is our goalkeeper. Although I still think we can be in a title race with him.
I disagree.
But the thing is, I think the goalkeeper is a big issue, right? Like, that will inhibit. I still think we could be in a title race, but I don't think it'll be a serious title race with this goalkeeper.
Oh no, I 100%, Marshall, 100% agree with you. He has a liability, but I don't think the difference right now in our team between where we're at and challenging for a title is a changing goalkeeper.
I
think that's the biggest issue.
No, I don't think it is. Go and look at Arsenal, and they have a similar problem. Their issue is kind of the same issue we have. It's just they're in a bit better position. They have the best defense in the league. They just, like, their goalkeeper is arguably the best goalkeeper in the league. They finished 10 points off top because they don't have someone who's a consistent goal scorer, especially when Saka's not playing. So that's where,
which bring you back to my question. Have we, I think for that's that what 120,
I think Liam Delap
smartly.
I think Liam Delap does improve us in that aspect. Now, do I think Jamie Gittens does?
By
Time will tell.
Does he improve us by 10 more than Jackson did last season? That's my question.
No, he scored 12 though in an Ipswich side, which was relegation.
That's what I'm saying.
2 of them are penalties though. 2 of them are penalties.
Okay,
cool,
so
that's
if we're gonna
still
do that,
10
no,
versus
we can't
Jackson.
do this because Palmer scored
10,
penalties, so we don't count them. So then Palmer scored 9 instead of 15.
No, I count for Palmer as well, man. I count for everyone, bro. I'm not saying.
Okay, so then Palmer scored 9. So that's what we're gonna say.
All right, Palmer scored 9. That's fine. That's why we lost.
He didn't hit double digits then.
So the thing is, like, Delap can add to that. I think he will improve our goal. If you can get Delap to score 15 plus goals, I think we're gonna be fine.
18.
We maybe 18.
No, 18.
Okay, then
18 is the minimum. 15. I'm gonna be so like, this is where I disagree with Kai on the Delap thing. I think Delap can scale up from what he was doing at Ipswich to Chelsea as long as the rest of the team around him gets the runs he's going to make and it meshes well. Where I agree with Kai is and it goes back to what I said about Gittens earlier. If Delap is miles better than Jackson, which we need him to be to get what I want to get, if he's miles better than Jackson, 18 is a minimum that he has to get. 15 is one better than Jackson got in his first season, and we said that wasn't good enough. There were Chelsea fans, and Kai was one of them, and there were others who said that isn't good enough. 14 goals in the league in your debut season for a new team isn't good enough. So if Delap gets 15, that's not good enough. 18 is minimum.
But the thing is, again, if Delap gets 15, if Palmer gets 15, you have Cucurella who is scoring a lot of goals. If he gets more than 10, if you have Enzo Fernandez that's scoring goals as well.
What? Cucurella?
I know he's done pretty well. You think he can go over
5, brother? I'm not expecting my left back to score 10 goals.
This is Marshall. This is the thing,
brother. That's what Gittens should be doing. Gittens, not Cucurella.
Marshall.
Hold on.
I get your point in terms of if you're not going to go the spread, if you're going to go the spreading out route, fine.
Yes.
That puts more pressure on the likes of Gittens because all of a sudden, if we go back to my conversation earlier, let's say for example next season, let's go in the league. I expect Gittens to get 15 GNA. All of a sudden, if what we're saying from yourself is true, okay, Delap can get 15 because we're going to get goals elsewhere. Cool. All of a sudden for me, Gittens' expectation now goes to I expect 20 in the Prem. Because I can accept 15 if you're getting let's say 5 and 10 in terms of goals and assists because Delap's got or Palmer's got the majority of the burden. If we're all of a sudden taking that burden off some players to spread it around, that's putting more burden on other players. Cool, I'm expecting whoever Pedro next season. He got 4 and 6 in the league. I'm expecting 18. That's 10. I'm expecting 16, 17 next season.
The way he's going, man, he might be
I'm expecting
getting a bit higher goals. I reckon.
I'm expecting 15 GNA from both my wingers. That's the bare
minimum. Yeah, that's the thing that
15 GNA. That's fair, I think. Yeah.
I'll be real, man. Maybe I'm crazy, yeah. Maybe I'm just insane, yeah. But I expect when all of the fucking all the money that you're spending at the end of the day, yeah. Maybe I'm crazy, yeah. But I'm expecting all that money, all that spending, in the end, is gonna also reflect on the pitch. Yeah, somehow those numbers gonna increase up also on the pitch, but maybe they're just me. Maybe I'm crazy. Yeah, expecting us to improve after spending 130 million on attackers for our goal output to increase. But again, yeah, RSM, maybe I'm crazy, bro. Maybe I'm just complaining.
The problem is, is that I'm gonna put it very simply. And if you look at the guys that the club is targeting, right, we need to understand that how is the club run. What is the way they run, and what would I ideally like? The reality is what maybe you like ideally, Kai, what maybe I like ideally. Yeah, it's completely different to the club, and that is true. The club, the way they act. They look at data under 25 most of the time. That's the way they do their stuff, guys. So as such, you're never going to essentially, get some of the type of standards that maybe we were required to make happen, because that's the way we move as a club. So. For me, I don't really. I'm not really I just don't see those signs happening. So there's no point of us even discussing it.
By the way,
I was looking for this quote just so you see I'm not making this up, Kai. Enzo Maresca, I said many times that I prefer to have multiple attacking players score 10 to 12 goals each than just one striker with 40 goals. And Enzo, his contributions this season have been top for sure. Next season, they'll be even better.
First
there
of
you
all,
go. Thank you, your cats. Appreciate it.
Every manager would kill to have a striker score 40 goals.
Everyone's different though, Kai.
No, but that's literally what Pep had before Haaland,
yeah.
Before Haaland, and he only got Haaland because
everyone would be
they had the stump of winning the Champions League. He was still winning the league 4 out of 5 times. What's the spreading the goals around?
Aguero scoring 20 plus goals, even though he was.
Who was
Raheem Sterling doing that.
Yeah, Sterling was the top scorer.
Raheem Sterling as well.
Gabriel Jesus doing that.
He was really good from that.
He had multiple players who were scoring 15, 20 goals consistently. Let's not do this.
When we used to win the league, by the way, when we won the league, as of recently under Conte, our striker did not get 20 goals, bro. Costa did not get 20 goals in either season that we won the league. By
Yes,
the way,
he
did. He got about 20 goals. I'm pretty sure.
One of them he got. Was it one of? Did he not
Like,
get 15
No.
20 goals, bro.
Ahmed, I've looked this up before. He's the last player we've had that's got 20 plus goals in a season.
Come on, but why do I think that the one of the leagues, the one of the seasons we won the league, he got 15?
Because you want your point to work so bad that you're trying to make up stuff.
No. Because it literally came out because he was the last guy that came out to my memory. There's another example.
Costa scored 20 goals in both.
Costa got about like 20.
He did. Actually, Ahmed, you're kind of wrong. The 2 seasons we did win the league, he scored exactly 20 goals.
Yeah.
The season we didn't, he scored 12.
My apologies. That's probably what I'm
thinking. Yeah, that's the point. Like that.
Wait, that was the 15-16, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, the 15.
Yeah, that was terrible for everyone. Costa threw his bib at Jose at one point. So,
but that's the difference, right? And ultimately, like that's what me and Kai are talking about in terms of if we're wanting to get where we want to get, which I think is what everyone wants to Chelsea to get in terms of winning titles and pushing for titles. Like, sorry, you need that guy that's got scoring you that many goals.
But that's
you need a player. Let me a player in the team that is going to score that many goals. Whether that's Palmer or Delap or whoever the striker is, I could care less.
It doesn't need to be the striker. It can be Palmer.
If Palmer gets back to where he is, and Delap can get like let's say get 15 to 18 goals to back him up, or 15 to 17, that's absolutely fine. Like I'm more than happy that someone in the team has to get those numbers, or like we talked about, you have to get all of your front four getting like 15 goals.
But that's the other thing too. Go ahead, Kai.
I believe this team is capable of, for each one of these attackers at least. I'll be honest.
I mean, that's the thing too. Like,
well, the window hasn't ended. We're still going for Kudus.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I don't think either of our wingers.
Have some faith, Kai.
Which is one of the players.
I don't think either of our wingers are capable of scoring.
Chris.
I had faith for 4 years, man. Look where it got us.
What?
Have some faith. Chris is like, have some faith, Kai.
Oh.
I don't think what Kai is saying is objectively wrong. Because like again, some of these guys we're gonna get, they need a season to develop. I said this before. That's gonna probably need a season to properly bed in and get the goals that we hopefully expect. Same with Gittens. Jao Pedro probably not necessarily. I'd probably argue. Kudus probably not necessarily. I'd probably argue. Right, and then, but it depends. Even if you bring in Ekitike, he probably may need a season because he's coming from the Bundesliga. Let's say he played in the league, but he probably may need a season to acclimatize it. So there's going to be guys we're going to be bringing in that are probably going to need to acclimatize. And I think at the end of the day, we know that's the case. We know how we run. That's kind of like they want the guys to get like a third season where they kind of like the test run. Hopefully they like learn the league, and then the second season where you want to see the then put their stuff to work, if that makes sense. So
this is the thing. Like,
also, by the way, sorry, I just have to address some people in the chat because like people like putting this nonsense out, like especially about Kudus and numbers. Yes, Kudus' numbers last season were shit. I went and looked. He got 17 GNA this season. He was actually good.
Yeah,
17.
Was just
he had 9 goals and 8 assists, if I'm correct.
Other way around. But yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
I went and looked at Rodgers, by the way. He had 19. And this is in the league. This is not all comps. Our best winger, our best like numbers winger was Noni with 11, and people shat on him.
You guys are having a fucking.
So that's why I'm very doubtful, Scott, that these guys are gonna get.
Yeah, that's. I think that's the difference in terms of like. In terms of wingers, like, in terms of West Ham was just the shit in general last season.
Yes.
But the season before, where West Ham were actually good under David Moyes, and he was performing, he got 17, which is an improvement on any of our wingers. A massive improvement, by the way, on any of our wingers. Currently, obviously Neto, I hope can make that step up, but we don't know.
I mean, I wanted Kudus 3 seasons ago, yeah. So
like having Kudus and like Rodgers in the team, so like
we did.
For example, if instead of Gittens we got Rodgers, I'd have been over the moon. But at the end of the day, like I think the point Kai makes in terms of overall with the goals and everything is a fair one, because that's the difference maker in terms of. We showed last season, like our defense obviously still needs to get better, but I think it has also got better. We do need to improve the keeper. If you don't have that, go look at Arsenal. Like I said, if you don't have that have that goal scorer, consistent goal scorer, you will not challenge.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how many clean sheets.
And I don't care where it is.
Just look at Arsenal. They didn't mean striker for a while.
If Palmer decides to pull his finger out and be the goal scorer, 100%. If it's going to be Delap, cool. If you're going to, like I said, if you're going to do the whole everyone in the front line gets 15 goals, cool. I don't think our two wingers are capable of that at this moment in time, personally.
Mm-hmm.
And I include Neto in that just because this is his best goal scoring season and he got 4 in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So it just means, for me, more expectation on the striker. Now, I think Delap can get there. I have no actual issues with Delap. It's more just then the guys helping him.
We all have different opinions. That's what the panel's about. Like, we all have different opinions.
I wanted Rodgers and Kudus.
We don't all agree on this thing.
I'm going to be real. Like, get rid of... I wish we didn't get Gittens, number one, or didn't get Pedro. Go and get Rodgers. Go and get Kudus. There you go.
That would have been a lot better.
These guys, man.
Can we be objective here? Can we be objective a little bit here?
Okay.
Guys, I'm gonna ask you an honest question. This brother is gonna cost you 90 million pounds. Okay, that's probably what it's gonna cost you. Rodgers is gonna probably cost you 90 million pounds. The other guy, Ekitike, for example, is gonna cost you the 80 million range.
Yeah, this is the answer.
This is, listen, the problem we got to ask yourself here is the club willing to then spend that much money? That's where you got to, and I think for me, Jao Pedro, I don't care what anyone says to me, that is a clear indication, by the way, that Ekitike is not coming to your football club.
I agree.
Right? That is the clear indication that's not.
I don't mind.
So, and that's not me disagreeing. That's not me hating on it. I'm just looking at the way we're doing stuff. Objectively, that means Ekitike is out the window.
Yeah, I don't want that guy either.
Kudus, that's fair enough. That's what I'm just talking about. What the club's targets are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kudus comes in. Morgan Rodgers, you can kiss that brother goodbye because essentially he's a 10 and right wing essentially, right?
Yep.
Although Morgan Rodgers is 10 and left wing essentially, but you know the point still stands, right? But with Kudus, you're trying to get a deal to around about 50 million allegedly. That's me speculating, of course, right? 50 million. But listen, you do that. That is the club's way of saying these are the two players I trust to go moving forward. So, and that's all and that is what's happening right now. So I think for me, you know, if the club themselves are not willing to, I think, put that money up, maybe some of the guys that maybe you guys would, I don't know what to tell you, bro, because that's not happening right now.
It also depends on what your expectation is, right? For me, this season, I said this even before getting top 4, which I thought we would get. We got it barely, but still. I said this coming season is where we challenge, and challenging is, at most, finishing the league 9 points behind, which is 3 games. So basically, I want us to be in the race until basically early May, right? That's what I expect, right? Because we were third with Mourinho the first season when we were the little horse, but we were not too far away in points. So I don't even mind coming in third if we're only 9 points behind. That's my expectation of whoever wins the league. Next season, I demand the league or the Champions League. That's my thing. Not this season, but next season is where I demand it. That's always been my thing.
You don't get to demand shit.
Yeah,
You're not seeing Premier League for the next 10 years, bro. Stop with that.
That might be a bit.
No.
As I said, if we're making progress, though,
if he doesn't get that, I want the manager sacked.
Even if we are, the players that we are targeting are not going to win the Premier League in the next 2 years.
I think
that's why I want people sacked. Then I want the manager sacked. If we don't get that next season, I want people sacked. If we didn't get top 4 this season, I wanted the manager sacked.
What is the year right now? This, of course, what's the year right now? 2025, correct? What has the club been building up towards? We all know this, by the way.
Nothing.
Project 2030. That's what they've said. Listen,
I did have a look, by the way.
Before you continue, Scott, they have said Project 2030, bro. So whether they want to be or not, that is their clear aim for when they're expecting to start winning stuff, in terms of like the upper trophies, right? So listen, bro, I'm just giving you what they've said.
Will be 40, bro.
Right, and the point, this is why, again, I think probably
1 year older than me, bro.
Listen, that's why I just say the most. Listen, if you look at the way they do stuff, they probably this season the idea probably is get as far as you can in the Champions League, right? But consolidate top 4 again. That means making sure you're in top 4 gradually in a competitive way, right? And then you just win the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. That's the way the club works.
Ahmed, I can never see football the way you do. You see football like it's Sonic, bro. Like get as far as you could. That's not how it works, bro.
I'm just having a look, by the way. For us to be able to...
Kai needs to understand, I don't agree with this, by the way, but this is the way we are run. That's the point we need to understand. We are run this way. The way
So you're like a weather anchor. You don't hold your own opinions. You just say
for us, by the way.
There's
or
no
for me,
point in me holding an opinion because my opinion is gonna. There's no point in my opinion. The club have
why
made
you
it
have
clear
this
that
guy
my
on, bro?
opinion is invalid.
Kai, you're right. He is like a
I can't have
weatherman.
anyone on,
Weathermen
man.
speculate. Technically, he doesn't.
I'm
yeah,
not.
he
No,
doesn't
no, no.
listen.
But let's
No,
not.
no, no,
No,
no, no,
No,
let's
don't
not
I'm just
start this,
making. No,
please.
no, no. I'm just
What I
making
would
the
say-
point. Before you go, Scott, I'm gonna just make this
Ahmed,
point. Yeah?
please finish your point because you've been talking for like 12 minutes.
My fundamental point is this: that there's no point in me, of having an opinion. There's no
And he doesn't
point
hold
of
that opinion
me
either, see?
because my opinion does not matter to the club. It's their way that matters to them. If my opinion mattered, bro, yes, we would have been seeing changes already by now. That's all.
We would have saw Delot a while ago.
Also,
man.
big up Ilya Katz for the
Yeah,
super
one
chat.
of the best like
Mourinho,
that.
people who only talk about stats don't know football. Big up, big up. Thank you for the super chat.
I just had a look for me for us to be able
Smash
to.
those
I'm
likes,
just looking
people.
at like where are we off from Liverpool, right? Because that's ultimately what we're trying to get to.
Yep.
If you just want to look on the face of it in terms of the goals conceded and the goals scored, we only had 2 less goals conceded than them. Oh, sorry, more than them. Excuse me, 2 more goals conceded. We were
We weren't
20
too far from
goals.
Arsenal.
We're 20 goals behind them in terms of what we're scoring. So if I'm dumbing it down to like the pure basics that I can, for us to bridge that gap, we have to find those 20 goals somewhere, either within the team already or with the guys we're signing.
I think it's possible.
Well,
cool. I was going to ask, do people believe that with Gittens, what's it called? The Lap and Jao Pedro, maybe Kudus as well, but let's just say those 3 because those are only 3 guys we've signed. Saying Salah's not going to have the season like he's had again is nonsense. We've seen him have about 4 seasons like he's had. Like I'm not doing that bullshit.
He's gonna stop eventually, but there's no way.
Yeah, it's like he'll stop eventually.
We don't know when.
He's
Eventually,
Middle Eastern, bro. He's gonna grow up belly soon, bro.
like
I believe. I believe in it.
what was I say? Yeah. So, do you believe those 3 signings that we've made, can bridge those 20 goals?
It can give me 10 goals into it. That's what I'm saying.
This is how I see
Again,
it. I wanted to explain
As
this
a totality,
logic,
by
right?
the way. So that's what me saying. Can any one of them? It's just a totality. Those 3 can that bridge the 20 goal gap?
I think the lab gets around 16 or something.
I wanna kind of like explain my logic in this because like earlier, Kai did ask the question of do you think we can challenge for the league with this team, and I think if I'm looking at the team and how it's progressed and where it's going now with this club and what I expected as well at the end of the season, which is what I was telling Maresca. I was saying, okay, Maresca, take the best of what happened early in the season when you were scoring goals but you were conceding a lot. Take the best of what happened at the end where we were shutting down games, winning 1-0, but we weren't scoring that much. Find the balance, right? I do think as the season progressed, which is why I threw Cucurella into that whole conversation of getting goals. As the season progressed, when we started to use Cucurella as more of an attacker from the left side than just a straight defensive left back, he started to get more goals. Even yesterday's game, you saw Cucurella had 2 opportunities to score a brace pretty much yesterday's game. Like he's almost being used as a winger. To an extent, he's going to be used as a goal-scoring threat, right? Mm-hmm. As the system gets more acclimated with the players, as they get more comfortable with this, some of the new signings as well, I do feel that there are going to be more goals from Enzo Fernandez. There's going to be a few more goals from Caicedo. I think Cucurella is going to increase his goal tally. I think Palmer, especially if he's being used the way we used him yesterday in that left wing position, I think he'll be back to goal scoring ways as well. I think the players are going to start to benefit and reap the rewards of the system slowly but surely. It's just patience, but it's also see what happens, right? Like, because I could be totally wrong about it too, but the way I'm seeing it right now, it's improving.
But football is not linear like that, though. Like,
yeah, I know.
Palmer last season had like an amazing season, but then this season he kind of fell off. So we can't expect that all our players are gonna get amazing, right? So that's why in teams usually have those key players like a striker or like a Hazard, somebody who can carry the team. And I just don't think we have that. We don't have that, and I don't think it's fair. And I don't think it's a coincidence that the times we won the Premier League, we didn't only have Hazard in our team. We had Fabregas, we had Costa, we had all these guys, and we only had Hazard. You saw where we were. We were 3rd, 4th, until Mourinho came in and he rebuilt that team and got all these superstars who kind of helped him. So I don't think it's fair from us to kind of expect Palmer to do all of this stuff, and then not improve and then expect all the players to kind of be on the A game, because that's not just how football works, right? That's my issue with the signing. I'll be fair, man. I want to be optimistic, but I just seen the same pattern over and over, and I just don't see somebody who's gonna bridge that gap, you know?
I think Palmer will get better this season than last season. Will he be as good as the Pochettino season? No, but I think Kai fixes Mike. It's fine. So I think with Palmer, we'll see, right? Like all of this is speculation because it can go either good or it can get worse. Like it can go either way. I just don't want to just accept that it's going to only get bad when what I've seen has been improvement since January, right? In January, it was shit. It was bottom of the barrel. We were really bad. And then it slowly started to get better, and now the team is playing really well. You saw the fight that they had last night in that game. That was really impressive to see from this team. And we're up against Palmeiras. We'll see what happens in that game. I'm sure I'm positive we're gonna win, right? Don't clip me. But we're now going to go into this tournament further than any of us anticipated, up against proper competition to really test this team. Esteval's going to come into this club. Is he going to be that maverick that Kai is referring to? I don't think so, not yet. We'll see what happens. We'll see how he acclimates to the weather, the change of scenery, and all that stuff. There are some good signings coming through that we just have to wait to see. Like it doesn't mean anything to us now, but Palmer didn't mean shit to us then. I know this is the example that everyone uses, but Palmer didn't mean shit to us then. And then he ended up working out really well. Some people didn't know who the fuck Enzo Fernandez was. I knew he was in that team.
That's not true though, because everybody was talking.
I feel like a lot knew because the World Cup as well. Yeah, the World Cup really showed him. I really want him after that World Cup.
But prior to that World Cup, and he didn't even start the team in the World Cup.
No. Marshall, I watched.
Chelsea was interested in him. Chelsea was interested in him even before the World Cup.
Marshall in the World Cup, he didn't start the first game. You're right, but when they lost against Saudi, right? After that, they started Enzo Fernandez and they went on an unbeaten record, basically. Well, unbeaten streak, I guess, to the final. Well, they won it as well.
And that's another point too. I think all of us here, I'm not the biggest fan of these young signings and all that stuff. I just understand it. And I'm like, okay, if this is how you're going to go, then fine. Let's see how you go for it. And if you are going to go this way, sign some of the good ones. Because, like I said, I'm an advocate for Malik Fofana. I rather had Malik Fofana over Jamie Gittens. But if they want to go for Gittens, fine. Go for Gittens, whatever. But, I ideally would like to sign an Osimhen. That's been my number one choice. But let's be realistic about this. No clubs have been signing him. Apparently, he's asking for too much in wages. Gyökeres, he's saying one thing. Gyökeres is saying one thing about, there was a gentleman's agreement. And then you have Sporting essentially saying, we're not going to sell him for 60 plus 10. So he's going to cost us a lot more. Then
that gentleman agreement football doesn't mean shit. I don't know why.
But this is the bet that Gyökeres put out for himself. So that's another signing that no one's going for because it's complicated. Just basing it off realisticness, what we have.
There is a way to sign young players, but still sign young players that can improve your team. Like for example, rather than signing those two guys, Gittens and the guy from I forgot his name, and then Pedro, we could have signed Rodrigo, right, for similar price, not maybe a little bit more, a little bit less.
If he wants to leave Real Madrid,
that could actually improve us. The guy from PSG.
Rodrigo would cost us 100 M's though, Kai. Let's be honest.
But you don't know that though, because we didn't even
back then.
No.
He was 2-3 years left.
Because the thing is, he's got more than 2 years left. He's probably one of the best players in his position. There's no denying that at all.
All right. I'll give you another example. The guy from PSG. Why didn't we go for him?
Because you mean Desiree or Barcola?
Doué. I think he means Doué.
We were looking at him,
if you mean Desiree Doué, we literally targeted him, but we were too late. We were too late to the party because it was between Bayern and PSG.
And that's the criticism I always have on these directors. Okay, it's nice that you know how to find a talent and you know how to pick out the beautiful women, but then you don't fucking do anything.
But you see, that's my issue with them. My issue is not the young kids. It's the fact that we don't sign the best of the young players. That's my issue. It's not the fact that we sign young players.
I agree.
It's the fact that
I don't like
of young players that
I think the other thing we need to realize too is that these guys work within a wage structure, if that makes sense, right? So how much is some of these guys going to cost too? That's just the way the cookie crumbles, bro.
Hey man, the cookie has been crumbled. It's been fucking soaked, and it's just laying there for some time now.
I understand Kyber, but that's the way they move, innit?
Yeah, it's like I just come from a place like I'm not gonna stress myself out about how they do things because at the end of the day I don't own the club, right? I'm not the owner of the club. If I was the owner of the club and they're moving like this, then yeah, I'm gonna be fucking pissed off. But I understand why they're doing what they're doing. I don't like some of the things they do. I don't like some of the signings they missed out on. We should have had Elise. You know, I'm still upset about not having Elise. I'm upset about not getting Osimhen done last summer when it was the most opportune time to do it and it looked like we were close to agreeing something. You know, like there's so many things that I'm not a fan of the directors. I still want them gone. Don't get me wrong. I still want them gone. But at this point, it's like, I don't really care about the signings. I care about the ones that you missed out on. That's the ones I care about. Like, we had so many opportunities to get proper, like, good talent. We were interested in Kvaratskhelia not too long ago when he was in Napoli still. And then nothing happened with that. Like, it's stuff like that that annoys me. But so far, with the signings we've gotten, Gittens we will see. I like Delap. I think for the price, he's played in the Premier League. How he fits the system, because if you want to use this manager long term, then sure. They get players that suit the manager's system. I think the lab does suit the manager's system. Time will tell, obviously, if he's going to be better than Jackson, so on and so forth. But I like that. For 30 mil, I'm not going to complain. I think that's a decent signing. Jao Pedro, I'm 50-50 on it. I think we overpaid too much for the player. 60 is a lot for him. But to be fair, I don't see players that are of the same profile, the same caliber, going for cheaper. Like, it's kind of cooked out there, bro.
We have a saying, Marshall. Time is the best detective and it's the best judge, bro. You can run away from everything, but at the end of the day, there's gonna come an end, bro. There's gonna be an end, the end of the next season, and you're gonna see how many goals Delap has and if he's really been an upgrade on Jackson. Because I have my doubts, bro. So
well, if he scores 16 goals, that's not great.
16 goals is still not good enough because Jackson scored 14, bro.
I mean, I don't expect him to be good enough to be that top class striker, 20 goals. Striker. That's on like you said. That's on the ownership, not getting you a big striker like Gyökeres or an Osimhen or something.
I'm gonna be so. You know what my hot take is. Listen, my hot take.
You keep saying Ugarte, but how did fucking Kudus go? How did Cherski go? How did everybody, like all the players that I said will flop?
I mean, you
want
to
He went and did good.
I mean,
my take has always been
Sancho, but I
my take has always been Gyökeres. I don't care what anyone tells me.
I got
that guy's not a good player. I don't care what anyone tells me. He's playing in the league, which makes strikers look amazing. I will give you the easiest striker ever.
He scored 4 past Porto.
I don't care what anyone tells me.
Yo, Pepe died for nothing, bro.
So my point for me, Gyökeres is not great. Listen, I hate the Osimhen take, but I come back to the same question even of Osimhen. Delap needs to be fed. Osimhen is very similar to Delap in terms of he's a type of
they don't do none of that link up really now.
Listen, you have to feed them, and we're not even feeding Delap. Yeah, and so what are we saying about Osimhen?
I will say Osimhen and Erdo is something else, though, compared to like a lot of these strikers.
No, but that's not the argument.
No, I know what you mean. Like both these strikers don't do none of that link-up play. They're just running behind and hopefully get.
No, but running even behind. It's just running behind. They need crosses into the box. You have to feed them, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like they running behind so you can feed them.
No, you cross the ball to the box too. You don't need to go.
I know, but like,
yeah, you know what I mean.
But we have a lot of players like even Caicedo, Enzo, Cole Palmer who like to through ball into the middle, and hopefully the striker.
Does Palmer like to pass? Does Palmer like to pass, guys?
Yes, he does like the pass.
Yeah, of course he does.
I feel like
I think he's created like one of the most big chances created like last season.
I feel like I don't know, man. Since he's dipping form.
At times, he looks like he freezes up and doesn't pass.
It's not about freezing up. I just think I feel like at times he's a bit more greedy because like I feel like he's looking out for himself more. But sometimes, bro, just the 5-yard pass is just in front of you, big man.
Yeah, sometimes he overcomplicates it. Yeah, I agree. And he doesn't do the simple shit.
And also, man, listen, the other thing I always say about Palmer, we need to make sure he just stays on the right because this guy does not have a right.
I mean, he can. Okay, no, but we saw like the game just
cooked yesterday at the left.
Like on the left, I mean.
No. I'm saying like I'm saying if he's gonna play
We've played him on the right though, in this system.
I do want to still play him,
but like he plays.
He has to play on the right motion.
The reason why I say that, Marshall, is because his right foot, man, is worse than Ziyech's, man. I'll be honest.
I don't know.
What I mean by that, no, it's facts, because he really does not, much like Ziyech, yeah, they do not like to even get the ball to touch their right foot, bro. It's just left foot only, bro.
I disagree. I've seen Cole Palmer score with his right foot, especially the first season. He scored a couple with his right foot.
Against, he scored 0 goals last season with his right foot, by the way.
With this season we just had, John, about like the season we just had.
Yes.
Okay, I can't really speak for that, but the season before that, I remember like the Everton game and all that. He scored with his right foot, but season.
So for me, if he's gonna play on the left, what you need to be telling this guy is, listen, mate. If you're playing the left, man, it's time for you to pass the ball, big man.
He was passing a lot last
Didn't he
game.
have like the highest chance creation in the team last
Oh
season?
yeah, he did.
That doesn't happen from not passing the ball, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Big chance.
No, it's just being greedy. No, I'm just saying there's been times where he's been very greedy.
But I mean, okay. Sometimes.
No, I hear at times like he doesn't do the simple shit. And he just holds onto the ball too long. He does do that as well. I'm not disagreeing fully. But he does like to create a lot of chances.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
him and Enzo are two big chance creators, like in this team. Like no one else comes close. I don't think.
I think, we'll see how this season plays out. I've been pretty happy with what I've been seeing so far of the team. I obviously, with the players that are coming in and all that stuff, it's gonna take time. We'll see. Because look at Neto, for example. Neto is like the perfect example of like, be patient and you will see the player that you wanted, right? Didn't start off the season great. He had on and off, hot and cold, and then in the last few games of the season, he picks it up. He gave us some really clutch moments, and now in this Club World Cup tournament, 3 appearances, 3 goals. He's actually being really effective. He's kind of nailed himself a spot as a starter, although I think the threshold needs to be set higher. The bar needs to be set higher by him as well, and time will tell with that one. Like, I think he's been improving, and he's finally being comfortable in the system. And let's be real as well, Cucurella's another one too that started off real slow in the system and he's improved. Enzo Fernandez is another one too that has improved over the time when he's felt more comfortable in the system. Colwell's another one too. I just thought about that right off the top of my head. Like Colwell,
he's looking good.
He was dusty in the beginning of the season. Dusty. He had Ahmed making jokes about the black spray. You know what I'm saying? Like, eventually, he got better. He got more consistent. And now he's kind of solidified his spot in the first team. So I think there needs to be a little bit more patience. I know Chelsea fans aren't known for being patient, especially, considering where our roots are from, like the Roman era, like buy the ready go players.
Cucurella to start getting worried, man. You need to start learning how to cross the ball, mate. That's not even a crazy take, Marshall. You can't say that's a crazy take. Is that a crazy take? That he needs to learn how to cross the ball.
But who needs to cross the ball? Sorry?
Mr. Cucurella.
That's
not a crazy take, man. Genuinely, that's not a crazy take.
I don't see him go for a lot of crosses in general.
But in the new system, bro, you've seen how open he is, bro.
He likes to just crash in the box. Like Reece James just has to cross into him, if anything. Like he gets the goal.
I request the Reece James put into the box, Chris. I can tell you that in this game.
What do you mean this game?
The last game with the new system, how many crosses did Reece James do?
The last game we just had, he did actually do a cross to Cucurella in that game, by the way. He did do a cross to Cucurella.
Just one, I think.
But it's just one game, one game, like
the point I'm trying to make here is that both him and Malo Gusto need to get a crossing coach so they can learn to cross the ball.
No, Reece knows how to cross. No, hang on. Reece knows how to cross. It's just he's standing back for most of the game.
I'm not talking about Reece, Chris. I'm not talking about Reece James. I'm talking about Gusto Cucurella.
Oh, Gusto needs something else, maybe. I don't know. Like he.
Listen. I think
he needs to learn the basics of passing some of it.
Cucurella had 2 crosses into the box yesterday,
and they were one of them was just to the middle when
I think.
But everyone was waiting.
How many crosses are you really gonna do this? How many You know what? I'm not gonna entertain.
Fast.
Okay.
I do the technique. You know what I mean?
He's got the technique, bro. Allow it. Okay. Let's talk about Emi Martinez. Because This came up. I like Emi Martinez. And
this season,
allow it, man. World Cup winner, right? There's some rumors on Emi Martinez. Goalkeepers. This is a position, like I said, like we're talking about improving the team. This is a position that I would like to use to improve the team. If it's not going to be Petrovic, I don't want it to be Sanchez. Although, like I know backstage, I was saying, listen, Sanchez hasn't been too bad as of late, but I'm not waiting to the day where he gets bad again. You know. So let's get into this real quick. So
last game was he?
I mean, he kept a clean sheet. No, he didn't keep a clean sheet. No, I lied. He was all right, man. He didn't have much to do.
Well, no. His passes from the back was like ferocious.
He had some good passes from the back too. People want to focus on just the bad passes, which sure he had bad passes.
No, it's not just the one. He was doing a few. He almost cost us like massively.
He had the cross, cross that he almost went in the net, right?
He did one. Wait. He did one quick play where he got it out quickly, and it's quite nice. I remember that, but.
And then he blamed it on... There's the throw that was nice.
No. When we counted.
Oh,
I don't know what minute it was now, because the game was in 2 parts, and it's thrown me off a little bit.
Yeah. Let's go on Emi Martinez real quick, though. Chelsea want Emiliano Martinez as a starting goalkeeper, and Enzo Maresca have asked. Willie Caballero has also given the go-ahead. The player wants to stay in England, so it's an option for Chelsea. Chelsea are not among clubs, for Fabrizio debunking it pretty much. Chelsea are not among clubs in active talks to sign Emiliano Martinez. Chelsea respect him, but their focus is different position. The Mirror also saying here, Chelsea have been offered the chance to sign Emiliano Martinez for £45 million, although the keeper is believed to prefer a move to United. What do you mean where we heard this?
Oh, the keeper's been offered to sign for Chelsea for this fee. Mike Mannion for 20-something minutes. Yeah, we literally heard the same thing.
But here's the thing, guys. Chelsea have announced they will not loan Mike Penders this summer, which we were talking about before. It looks like he's going to stay here at Chelsea, maybe. I don't think he's going to go to Strasbourg. Penders is already impressed in Chelsea training. This guy's tall as fuck, by the way. He's taller than all of our goalkeepers.
Where is he from?
Belgium.
That's not common for a Belgian person to be tall.
Yeah, look,
he's the next Thibaut Courtois.
He's one of those like Balkan countries. You know, they go like 6'9". You know.
I mean, the Dutch are very tall, aren't they? They're very tall
not
people.
Like the Balkans, bro. The Balkans is like they get to 6'8", 6'9". That's average, bro.
Yeah.
That's the potato diet, man.
Mike Penders is already impressed in Chelsea training. There's also a good chance that Penders will only be the third goalkeeper. In principle, Chelsea does not want to loan him, but it may make an exception for Strasbourg. Breaking: Mike Penders will not return to Genk. Chelsea has let it be known that it does not want to loan out out the young goalkeeper. Genk will therefore look for a new goalkeeper, and this is pretty much his goodbye to Genk. Chelsea goalkeeper Mike Penders finally says his goodbye to Genk after Chelsea decided not to send him back to Belgium. Okay, we'll see what happens with this one. The reason I bring this up is because there's a lot of news. There's been a lot of news and rumors and all this shit in regards to the goalkeeping position, but I'm supposed to believe that we're not in for a goalkeeper. There's no smoke without fire. Why are there all these rumors about a goalkeeper?
You think we're going to get Martinez?
I would
not
like
Martinez.
He's had a bit of an iffy season this season, but I'll still take him. I'm not going to say no to him, but like, we couldn't even get Mike Mannion for 20 million.
Anybody who flips up France deserves my vote, man. Get him. He's a good goalkeeper as well.
I think we're secretly in for McMignon still.
45. I just don't see it. 45 million for a keeper. We're looking like we're struggling to spend 20 million on a keeper.
What if we get Magnan on a free in January though?
Is he on free in January?
Yes.
Yes. I would get him.
You know what? I can kind of a little bit see why Chelsea are waiting in Navy, because it's a bit of a piss take, because Mike Mannion wants to leave and it's so like easy to be done, but like maybe they want to be stingy and just like not pay the money.
The only thing I'm worried about is another club goes in for him.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried because Man United need another keeper. They can offer good wages.
He's not going to United, bro. He's worried, man. He's
he's not going to go to
Onana there.
What? Why? Like Onana.
It's okay. He doesn't have a flat top. He doesn't have that flat top. He'll be fine.
Like,
if you have the flat top, you're doomed as a goalkeeper, bro. It's true.
After Onana, clubs are scared to sign black goalkeepers, bro. He ruined the name for everybody else, man. That's why Chelsea
like
worried,
Kaya,
man.
Onana, fucking Onana did ruin it for a lot of people.
He ruined the reputation, man.
He did.
Nah, like out of
Honestly.
the two keepers, like United should sign Manyan. He's really good on his feet as well. Like he's so good on his feet.
If
like,
you give me
it's
Emiliano Martinez or Magnan, I'll be happy.
I don't know about Enzo Martinez about on his feet work. He's very good at coming out though.
No,
But, like-
but like, work as well. That's what he was for Argentina.
Mike Magnan on his feet though is really good, and that's why I want him for the Enzo Merska system, playing out from the back. He would have done it really well, and he's a good leader. I know like Martinez is a leader as well, but like I think Mike Magnan is a better leader. Oh, I've seen.
You guys really don't want Sanchez. Even though
No one
Sanchez
wants
hasn't
Sanchez.
been, I know, but Sanchez hasn't had a howler in a really hot
He
minute.
he
a
has no
game-costing
Marshall.
howler.
He does mistakes. It's just he gets covered and saved or lucky.
I'll be honest, Marshall, from all the mistakes he made, I just don't like his face anymore, bro. His face
that's
every
also
time
true.
the camera zooms on him.
Okay, talking about faces. Do you not see the faces when Sanchez makes a mistake and they're like Chalobah or whoever like making that face at him? Like it's happened again. You know, like that Man City game where he just came out.
And you know,
Kai,
every
I'm-
time he makes like a horrible mistake, his hairline goes even more
Oh
back.
yeah, it's
He
gone
went
now.
to Turkey, bro.
No, he didn't.
Doesn't work, man.
No, I'm pretty sure
Oh,
Sanchez
you
went to
say-
Turkey. I'm almost positive Sanchez went to Turkey.
Probably missed the appointment, man.
What? Wait. He went to Turkey, but like his hair hasn't even grown yet. Like how long's it been?
It takes
It's a joke. He
time.
didn't really go to Turkey, man.
No, I'm not
Like-
joking. I'm pretty sure he did.
Did he
For
really?
He has a hairline again. I'll pull it up.
No, he does not have a hairline. It's gone.
Okay, hold on.
See, Kai, you said we're joking. Marshall was not
I'm
joking.
not joking.
You was
it's
just
true.
joking.
Look, I'll pull up images.
He
Nah,
probably
he-
went to the worst.
I mean, maybe.
I mean,
Okay, let's look at. So I think this is from this season, right? Okay, hold on.
I know Mo Salah got a decent hairline transplant.
Okay, that right there. Oh my God,
We're too much into his hair.
That's why I want Manyan, man. He has a good hairline.
Yeah, he does actually.
We don't want no bald goalkeeper, bro. It's a
his
disgrace.
hairline is coming back.
I mean, yeah, it's like at his age, like, that's a good peak, I guess. But like,
Right now, compared
well,
to
he's had this, like, oh my God, Superman died.
Renato Vega. Look at that! Look at that! That's what I'm
Yeah.
telling you. I think he went to Turkey. I'm almost positive he went to Turkey.
Is that why he
Look at
went
his
bald
hairline
then, I
there.
guess?
This is such a horrible picture, by the way. Not that
Man,
any
Chelsea
picture is
paid
better.
him too much, man. Chelsea paid him too much.
He looks like one of those like Filipino islands on the map, bro. God damn.
You see what I'm saying? I think he went to Turkey,
Yeah.
bro. I'm
No,
pretty sure he
okay,
did. Look at
I-
that hairline.
Yeah, Chelsea
now
paid
he-
him.
Now
Oh, now
he
he's
shaved
gone
it.
to
He
get
shaved it
fucking-
now, no?
No,
He's gonna let it grow back, I think.
I think you
that's
have to
part of the reason
shave
he
it.
shaved it.
Yeah, I think that's got to be the reason if he did get it.
I think that's part of the reason he shaved it. It all
Actually,
makes
John.
sense. now.
Wait, then again, you don't need to. I don't think John Cena shaved his hair like that. He had a hair transplant back his head, so
Maybe
That's
Jan
because John
Cena
Cena wears a
did.
wig, man.
he did actually for a movie. Actually, I thought he got his hair back or something, but it's a wig.
Yeah.
Or whatever
And
you
by
call
the
it.
way, speaking on Sanchez, to answer your question, yes, I will be going to the quarterfinal match in Philly. I will be going
Oh.
early with Jimmy as
I
well.
hope you
right?
you can get a
'Cause
seat.
it's a
man.
9 o'clock
It
game.
might be sold out.
No, I already got my tickets, Chris.
Oh, I was
Marshall,
joking, by the way.
Be honest. How tall is Jimmy in real life? I'm always worried. Is he
He's
really
pretty
like
tall.
5'4"?
He's probably taller than Marshall.
No, he's
Marshall's
not
like
short. He's taller than me. Shut the fuck up, bro. Yes, he is taller than me. But yeah, he's like maybe an inch or two taller than me.
What? But he's like 5'7". If he's taller than you, that's it, Marshall. We can never see him in public, bro.
Bro, he's only an inch or two taller than me. I don't think he's 5'7". I'm pretty sure he's like 5'9".
He's Tinder 5'9", bro.
Yeah. No, he was, he seemed taller. I mean, now I actually have to check next time when I see him again. But yeah, I'll be going to the Club World Cup game, the quarterfinal in Philly. I will have a cutout of Robert Sanchez in the crowd, and that's how you'll find me. I was cut out of his head, by the way. That's how you'll find me. All right? But I like Emi Martinez. I like Maignan. Get me either or. I think there's still something going on in the background. If there wasn't, then why are we hearing so much news about goalkeeper? Every week there's something about the goalkeeper, right? So that's why I'm speculating, right? Like I genuinely think there's something there. Going on to Petrovic as well, right? Because this is the guy I wanted. Petrovic, I wanted him to stay. He's potentially going to Turkey. So it says here, Galatasaray meet Chelsea directors tonight. Georgi Petrovic, if it goes as planned, the deal could be done and completed next week. And to add to this as well, and listen, I don't want to feed into this whole character assassination thing, but now I'm seeing multiple sources saying the same thing about Georgi Petrovic, which is essentially he was sent to the second team Strasbourg due to his behavior towards the club during the transfer negotiations. Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca wants the player to leave the team as soon as possible. That's essentially what is being said here. I believe this is the translation as well. Oh, here we go. Translate post. Galatasaray has been sent to second team due to attitude towards the club during the transfer negotiation. Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca wants the player to be transferred. So, I don't know. I don't know what to believe, really.
So they're sending him to Galatasaray, bro? That's some punishment, man.
Fenerbahce is interested in him too, apparently.
Jesus Christ, man. That's when you go and
Wait, say that again?
your career is going
Who's
to die,
interested?
man.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. I don't know. He could also go to Strasbourg. It's a possibility.
Yeah, but
I don't know if it's all PR because now it's coming from Turkish outlets. Are you going to tell me Chelsea are paying Turkish outlets for PR? I don't know.
And the Turks are known to be fucking truthful, bro. God bless them.
I guess so. I don't know. The thing is, it's been constantly showing up. That's why I'm from Turkey. Journals love a romantic story. Maybe, man. It's just I like Petrovic. I think there's a good player in there, and I think if he improved in his passing stats, he should. But if he's coming and asking for first team,
I agree.
He has to improve in his passing.
He's improved on his passing, Petrovic.
What about that No. That Bozo Sanchez in the last game was still messing up in his passes. Like, heavily.
I know.
Bro, I know what happened.
So, to me, it doesn't make a difference which keeper's worse on the passing. Like, Petrovic had a hell of a season, and Sanchez, on the other hand, did the most mistakes in the Premier League.
I don't know about that.
I prefer Petrovic over Sanchez.
No, Petrovic was one of their best players.
Probably they told Petrovic, you gotta work on your passing, and Petrovic said to Sanchez, you better work on your hairline. And then they were like, send him to Turkey. Send him to Turkey, bro. This guy is not cooperative, and they started all that shit.
Sent the wrong player to Turkey, bro. Sending Petrovic.
How long has Sanchez been at the club? 3 years?
3 years.
Yeah, 3 years now, yeah.
And he's not
that
even
long?
young. How old is that fucker, bro?
No, he's like, yeah,
he's
like
Marshall age, man. He's Marshall's age.
He's not that old yet.
Fuck you, Chris. He is 27.
What are you now, Marshall? 35, 36?
32, bro. I am literally 1 year older than you.
2 years, man. I'm 30. I just turned 30, bro.
No, just turned 30, eh?
You're such a fucking liar, bro.
I swear to God, man. 14th of November, 1994, man. What do you mean, liar, bro?
You're such a fucking liar.
When were you born, Marshall? 1989, right?
92. 92 December. Oh, my God.
I can't relate to that.
I am not older than our manager, and it's our head coach.
You did make it to the 90s. Good job, man. You waited a little bit.
Yeah, I made it to the 90s. That's why I'm reasonable and sensible, and I don't believe in they, thems, and all that stuff.
You didn't get stuck in the 89. So why did they think you were born in 88, man?
Who thinks I'm born in 88, bro?
I don't know. I could learn about your age for a good while, but did I do it to Marshall
From the beginning, since I've met you, I've always told you, oh, Kai, I'm only 1 year older than you.
Because I was doing a lot of lying about your both ages, and it stuck on with Kai for sure. With other people.
I told people Monster was 40, man, and he's actually like 24 or something.
Oh, I don't feel so bad for doing it to you.
Oh, you're the worst. All right, speaking of players that look older than what they actually are, Malo Gusto.
Yeah, he looks older. How old is he? 22, isn't he?
Ever since Malo Gusto's come to this club, he looks old. He looks like
I mean, it happens a lot.
Evil villain. He looks like an evil villain that will tie your girl up on railroad tracks.
Yeah, Gusto looks like he's 33 with a divorce, and he doesn't pay his loans on time, man. That's what he looks like.
Yeah, exactly. So news. Apparently, Malo Gusto is attracting interest from Bayern Munich and securing the services of fullback Malo Gusto. According to reports, Chelsea would be willing to sell the Frenchman, whose contract runs until 2030. That's 5 more years, for a fee of €50 million.
I mean, that's about what, £40 million.
Yeah.
Man,
I think they could round up to like 30 something, 35 to 40 million, yeah, in pounds. I'm talking about. So
I'm
he's
okay
one
with
player
selling
I'm
the
very sad
player.
about, man. I'm very sad about him because when we first got him, I thought he's gonna be like that Reese replacement when he's injured because he was so good, man. And then I don't know what the fuck happened. He just declined.
the system kind of a little bit fucked him. I'm not gonna blame the whole system on it because like he's definitely like he can't do anything at this point.
He was
even defend.
too close to Fofana, man. That's what happened. He became
Too
too
close.
bad influence.
He just, I don't know, he just lost his ability to make a simple pass now as well. His defending got worse. I know he didn't really know him for his crossing, but like, he just can't do nothing now. Like, he's just no use to the system.
I feel like
He
when I
plays him
watch
as a
him, he
technical.
looks unhappy, man. Maybe he has some kind of, he's not settled in
Well,
England. I don't know.
I don't know. He looked pretty happy last, what is it, where Tosin was it the game before? I don't know, he looked joyful. But that could just
Come
be
to
fake.
think of it, Marshall, have you ever met a happy Englishman? They always seem to be a bit, down.
We're all happy.
Look at Scott.
No.
Scott never smiled a day in his life, man. Have you ever?
Ahmed's more Somalian than he's English. Will
He's
is
definitely-
always miserable. I can't think of anyone else really, honestly.
There you go, man.
What about me, man?
Yeah. No,
Chris is happy
you're a
when
I'm here,
miserable
man.
too, and you're Welsh. You won't even you
No,
spit
I
at
am-
yeah, you spit at the idea of being called English.
No. I am English as well. I got a lot of English.
When
family.
England go up against Wales, you put your war paint on and everything.
Oh yeah, like I piss off a lot of English fans back years ago in the Euros.
He's got a red stamp guy with little dragons on it.
You know,
put the
you know
Welsh
what he's like,
dragons on
Marshall?
it.
You know what he's like? He's like those whites who have like 0.1% Indians when they talk about.
Oh
ethnicity
yeah,
lives.
because Chris, you say you're Indian, bro.
No. I just had a grandmother. I mean, I do have percentage in me when I did that DNA test, but yeah, I'm not like. Okay, now you just put it on the channel. I think I have like a big percentage.
No, you talk about how you handle
Yeah,
spice
they-
and you tell it's Indian. This
No,
is all
I-
stuff that happens in the Discord, ladies and gents. So if you want to join the Discord,
it's
you want to
true,
join the
man.
Discord.
This
But
does
no,
feel like a Discord talk right now.
it kind of does. But hey, this is a point where like we talked about the heavy stuff. We can just chill and talk about the rest of it, which is I agree with Kai. I feel bad about the whole Malo Gusto thing. I don't think it's a system anymore because like even when he's doing the simple things and he's in the right position and stuff, he's just not doing well.
I just think he's
at all.
unhappy. I'll be real, man. Sometimes when players, people disregard the fact that these are human beings, and
course.
they could just be unhappy. And if they're unhappy, it's gonna show in their.
You think
in
he's
their
unhappy in
performance.
in his personal life, or do you think he's just unhappy at Chelsea?
No, I think it's a combination of both. I just don't think he's settled at Chelsea, at England in general. He needs a bit more croissants. I don't know.
That's the
not
other
the
thing
life
too. Like when we think about it,
I'd throw
Cole-
Action Pong over him.
I
well.
do too. I also will say this, like in
I
terms
haven't
of
seen
like
that episode yet. I'm waiting for the
Episode of what?
for the players you guys talked about. I haven't seen him play yet, so
Action Pong.
you haven't seen Achimpong play.
no, I haven't.
Oh, he's pretty. He's solid.
His
he does a
ball
job. He puts in
his
the
ball
shit.
carrying ability is levels ahead of like Gusto for the system as well
Mm-hmm.
right now, and he's younger, so
I also do think, like, as people were saying about Palmer last season, he had Malo Gusto overlapping. I think that plays a factor. And then when you're not, this is the argument I always made for Havertz. If you're an OG, you understand. It gets to a point where you're played out of position for so long that when you're finally played in your regular position, you forget how to play it. Because your mindset is, I'm a right winger. Oh, I got to do right wing stuff. Oh, I'm a left winger. I got to do left wing stuff. And then eventually you get put into 10 and you're just like, fuck, I'm not supposed to cross it from here. Like, I think your direction as a football and your creativity gets skewed. So I think having Malo Gusto having inverted for so long and failed it at multiple times, even yesterday, bro. This guy, I don't know if you watched the game, Kai. I know Chris did. This guy was playing as a 10. He was playing as a 10 yesterday. He was in the midfield. It's like, why? We don't need to do
Wait,
this.
didn't we? By the way, didn't we sub him on when we was 1-up though, right?
We were winning when we were winning, and he came on. He was doing fine. Then after the break, the 2-hour
big
break,
yeah,
the suspension, right, of the game, when he came back, he was absolutely dog shit.
Well, yeah, like I think with the sub though, it makes sense at the time when we was winning. We was just trying to hold off that 1-0 win, but the whole like thunderstorm and a bit of lightning strikes,
all that shit fucking
stopped it for 2 hours. That's
Maresca
crazy
was
way
pissed about
down.
that, huh? He was like,
Yeah,
you stopped the game for 2 hours.
He's trying to keep him like focused and doing that
He was
long.
pissed.
Like, yeah, it was hard.
Of course, man. He's Italian. He's never seen rain.
But I mean, the 2 hours is insane. Like,
yeah, I thought it'd be an hour tops. If not, then cancel
So
it.
wait, how did they do it? They just like restart the match, or they just start from?
No.
So what happened? What happened, Kai? There was lightning. There was a lightning storm approaching within a 10-mile radius, and I still haven't figured it out if it's a FIFA rule or an American thing. People haven't. You guys are 50-50
I
in
think
the
it's
chat.
the FIFA.
I think it might be
But
FIFA.
I blame
but-
America. Like we should have had an indoor arena.
Bro, I doubt it. It's FIFA in Europe. That never happens, bro. We don't have hurricanes. It's an American thing, man.
Well, no,
So
but that's what I
the-
mean. Like they're used to it in America. They should have like
So
known better what stadium.
The rule is that when there's lightning within a 10-mile radius of the stadium, they have to suspend the game 30 minutes minimum. And in that 10-mile radius, if there's more lightning, the timer resets. So the timer reset in yesterday's game 3 times, I believe, or 2 times. So the players were on bicycles and doing jogs back and forth. They were, I don't know what, they were playing patty cake and hopscotch. They were doing whatever they could to not have their muscles, not have their muscles cool down so that they can get back on the pitch to finish 5 minutes. They did it at the 86th minute. There was 5 minutes left of the game. And they came on about an hour and a half, hour 45 after.
No, it's 2. I think it's 2 hours.
It was about 2 hours. I think it was like hour 45 and then
Just
15
under.
minutes to warm up and stuff. And then the game restarted. And then we conceded from the stupid penalty that was called on Malo Gusto.
I don't blame Gusto for that though.
I don't blame him either. I thought that was bullshit.
I don't know what he's supposed to do. It's behind him. It's
Yeah.
not even going to any danger. He's jumping up and like he jumped up and then he's going down and his hand happened to hit it. That and even a lot of rivals I noticed, Arsenal fans, United fans, like influencers or whatever, like TikTokers or Twitter.
TikTok.
No, but like I've seen a couple of videos where they said like it's not a penalty for them as well. But I think Mark Goldbridge said also it's not a penalty. It's just very harsh and the rules of like that needs to change because it's stupid. But I think that does happen in Europe as well a lot though. Those penalties.
Yeah,
It's not just. I don't think it's a Club World Cup thing.
FIFA referees are always kind of shit compared to UEFA as well.
Yeah.
Because they try to hire from.
I mean, I thought the referee was going good in the group stages for a lot of games. And
For the group stages. The referee we had yesterday was horrible.
Oh no, yeah, like I felt like they just hired some bum and just like go make I don't know, Chelsea suffer or something in that game because my God, he was shit.
No,
He
and
didn't
I'm
seem
just
like a real
happy
ref.
the players didn't come off injured. No players came off injured. Thank God, because that was.
Oh,
rough.
Caicedo scared me again, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I
Caicedo's
saw the
made
man of
out
the
of
match picture of Caicedo. Looks like he's fucking been under a waterfall, man. The guy was
Bro.
sweating like crazy.
Kai, essentially the game ended, and you know how it is. They have to stay warm. So they did a 2-hour cardio session and then went back out to the pitch to play 30 more minutes, bro. 35 more minutes.
Probably took a
It's
year off their
insane.
life, actually. Probably took
It was
a year off
insane.
their-
There was one
Probably.
one play where Neto was making a run into space and Caicedo goes to make the long pass and it goes to the keeper. Like he was just so tired. I felt bad. I felt so bad for those players. I was worried because I would see Cucurella make a sprint. So I was like, Cucurella, please slow down, bro. You don't need to
Slow
hurt
down, bro.
yourself.
Don't need to get injured.
Please, you're our only left back. So it was just.
If he
it was-
got injured, yeah, we need to look for a new left back.
No, we still have like a whole I think they're gonna finish the tournament around 10th of July and
Is it 10th?
Premier League is starting on 8th of August, no?
thought it was
Premier
double
League
in.
starts 15th August. This tournament ends around the July 15th. That's the final day of the it depends on how far we go. If we go to the final, then we're there until.
Hey,
July
I told
15th.
Kai, man, we're getting to the final. Before this game, We're getting to the final. He laughed at me.
We might be able to. We might be able to. I don't know.
I didn't laugh at you, Chris. I just said I don't care, bro.
No. I think I can send it you, man. I think I got it. You laughed at me.
You
just because
talk trends,
I don't think you knew the whole bracket.
Don't put this in the air, bro. The USA is not low key getting better. All right.
Why did they get Pochettino? I don't get like the connection there, man.
Because it was a name, maybe.
Yeah,
like, we need to get a serious manager.
Do you think Trump had control?
Mourinho's not gonna go to USA. Mourinho's not gonna go to USA.
He has respect.
Mourinho's fuck you, Chris. Mourinho's not gonna.
I want to go to Portugal, man. I want Mourinho to go to Portugal.
He'll probably.
That'd be an international.
I think international football is his next target for sure, but he ain't coming to the US, unfortunately. And
no serious manager goes there. That's why you got Poch.
Yeah, of course. Let's end it on this one, boys. Felix to Benfica. So
how much we signing for?
Things are happening here. And this is Saudi Arabia, so maybe not Benfica, but clubs in Saudi Arabia are believed to be monitoring Jao Felix's availability. Potential transfer talks between Benfica and Chelsea for Jao Felix are set for Saturday. Benfica is willing to offer 30 million euros, but the problem continues to be the player's salary, which is very high for the Eagles' standards.
Fuck Benfica.
This guy needs to retire from football, I think. This guy needs to retire.
Send him to Saudi Arabia with his hair being trademarked for money, bro, for like percentages. That's how we make the most money possible from him.
Wait.
I would send him to Saudi Arabia.
Wait, his hair?
Yeah, I would sell him like as a marketing tool as well, bro. Like marketing rights. I would sell all kind of rights
for
for
some
him,
sort of shampoo.
In Saudi, it's not a bad shout, actually.
Saudi Arabia, bro, we'd make a lot of money off of his ass, man. Not literally, yeah.
I think we knew what you meant, bro. You didn't have to clarify.
Football terms, man.
How much do we pay for him? 45 million euros?
Bro, 40 million, but in Saudi Arabia, you can get him. We can sell him for like 60 or 80 million, man. They will buy him. They don't give a fuck.
60, 80? I mean, I can see 50 or so, but not even AC Milan. They want to return him like after what, a month?
Yeah, but AC Milan is a broke ass motherfucker.
No, but they didn't want to keep the loan. They was done with it, I think, weren't they? As I remember.
He had a horrible loan in AC Milan.
Like it was awful.
He scored like a goal in his he scored a goal when he got into the team debut, and then he scored his second goal like the second to last game of the season.
Okay, yeah.
He was horrible.
We got him, I think, because we wanted to get rid of Gallagher at the same time, but it didn't feel worth it.
To be fair though, Kai's got a good point. I think Saudi is a good shout because they'll probably be willing to pay him the salary.
Yeah.
And if we get 30 million euros, then they'll be it, like 30 million, whatever.
I think that
and he's got image rights and all that.
They will pay more, bro. They will pay like 60 or 70, man.
But this motherfucker's got to go to Saudi, and I already see it. He's gonna go to like Al Ahly, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, I love Al Ahly. I've always wanted to play for the legendary Al Ahly. This is the club I dreamed of."
I really think he wanted to work out at Chelsea though, but it just
Saffron is my favorite.
I don't believe it, bro.
I know he's gonna.
You don't think he wanted to work out?
Saffron is my favorite spice.
I can't.
No, but. He would go because they pay good money. There's no income tax as well there, so he doesn't have to pay for Chris's surgeries if he goes. He stays in England, so he can go everywhere, man. He can go to Saudi Arabia. No income tax. You get all the money up front. I think he will go, man, because he knows he won't.
I think it's
like
a good move for him.
A good deal in Europe.
He'll be a starter. He'll actually play. You know, he'll be probably one of the better players as well.
He might not be a star.
Why
would he get good revenue, man? He'll get
what's
good
happened? I don't know.
Percentages.
The image rights thing I think is a big point too, because this guy is.
He might be.
His image is everything.
He might
be
a retarded footballer, bro, but he's a very good marketing wise, man. He's worth a lot, right?
What's so marketable about him? Is his looks?
His looks,
I think so. Yeah.
His appeal. He when he
He's
joined
a techie
Chelsea,
player.
No. When he joined Chelsea, I think he sold like the most jerseys.
Wait, his first term? Like
yes. When he first, there's an article I saw about it. He sold like the most jerseys since Eden Hazard came to Chelsea, bro.
He was a very promising young talent when he went to Atletico. He's one of the biggest.
People just like the high schooler haircut. I don't know, man. He was doing bit marketing wise. I think even when Chelsea signed him, they wanted to guarantee his marketing rights as well from Atletico. So there was a lot of. He's a very marketable player. It's the same thing with the Enzo. Enzo Fernandez literally has more followers than most of our players combined. So
What? Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram and all these tools. He's very popular. So
What's Cole Palmer's following?
not even half of Enzo's, bro. So I think it was.
Yeah, but
Palmer with
Cole
6 million.
Palmer's a cold celebration, man. That's marketable. So.
Yeah, but it's different, man. South America, Enzo is like a big name, man.
Yeah, I know.
I'm trying to fucking find this thing, bro, but it's being annoying. Enzo Fernandez sells a lot of shirts.
Yeah,
for 2022, 2023,
the first
Chelsea
season,
approximately
I
sold
bought a shirt.
800,000 shirts,
The first
which
season I bought a
placed them
shirt.
8th on the list for best-selling football club shirts, according to Gimme Sport. This was an increase from 20% compared to the previous season. While specific player sales data for 22-23 season isn't available, Enzo Fernandez was the top seller for the 23-24 season. So last season, pretty much. The season before the one that's currently playing. I can't find the season before it, though. That sucks. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was Jao Felix. He's really marketable.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, like people still think he's like the wonder kid,
and people undermine like that influence in football, man. The amount of money you make, the marketability for sponsors. He
looks like Kaka's child. He does look like Kaka's child. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Kaka if he was a stripper, you know, that's what he would be like. Because Kaka,
you would say getting better. Fuck you,
bro. Kaka has some amazing passing, like abilities.
His pace.
Felix is just a ballerina, bro. There's no.
That's what I mean. Like, he's such a flair player. People still love him because he looks nice on the ball, but he's not. Like, who gives a shit? Like, you're not effective. You know.
But Hazard was also a flair player, but he still.
But he was
able
effective.
to do something out of. Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah, exactly. He was effective. I mean, listen, I'm done with this experiment with Jao Felix. I'm done with the whole, and this is in part right that I don't want Gyökeres. I just don't trust that league, bro. If Gyökeres goes to Bundesliga and does the same thing, then okay, kudos. Like, yeah, let's go for it. Or even Serie A, whatever. But not Liga Nos, bro.
Respectfully, bro. Felix never reached even 10% of those numbers, man.
Well, yeah, no, I know that. But he was like the top talent in Benfica. Everyone in the world wanted him. Never worked out at Atletico, never worked out at Chelsea, never worked out at AC
After he
Milan.
left Atletico, I think most like competent clubs stopped going for him. I don't know why Chelsea did. Like, it's still a mystery to me.
I think it's because we're in bed
very
with his agent, bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because remember, his agent, what's his agent's name again? Jose, oh my God, bro. I forgot the name of his agent. Chat, help me out. Who's the agent? Who's Leao's agent? Felix's agent? Neto's agent? Jose, oh my God. He was like the most renowned Jorge Mendes. Thank you. Jorge Mendes. You're the GOAT. We were like in bed with Jorge Mendes. Remember when Boli first took over? He was like making buddy, and Jorge Mendes was like his first best friend here.
He's just trying to make some sell on.
Like when Boli came here, he's like the transfer student in high school.
Yeah,
and it's like trying to make a friend.
He was like one of those salesmen. Hey, Boli, did you lose weight? Trying to sell on Felix, man.
Yeah, pretty much. You look good, man. You lose weight. It's been years.
Did you lose weight? Huh?
You're still going out with that one girl? Yeah, that's how we link up, bro.
Yeah. We got this guy from Benfica. He's such a good talent, but he just needs a chance.
He needs a chance. He needs a home. And he even said, like, when he came to Chelsea, Chelsea's my home or something like that. I feel at home at Chelsea. Oh yeah, he went to Barca too. I forgot about that. He went to Barca. Didn't work out at Barca either. Oh man,
moving around, like, you know, you know those girls who don't have their own place. They just move where their boyfriends are. When they just move from boyfriend to boyfriend. That's Felix, bro.
Yeah, pretty much.
When he has to fill in like legal documents, he doesn't have an address, man. That's Felix, bro.
That's why I'm saying if he goes to Saudi, he's gonna say the same thing. Oh, I've always wanted to play in the Saudi league. This is the best league in the world. He's gonna say the same thing Ronaldo was saying. The best league in the world. It's better than the French league. He's gonna say all
big fan
this.
of camels. He's gonna say that kind of stuff.
Exactly. He's gonna say mixed over rice. I don't chicken. No, just fucking stupid, bro. Oh my days. Well,
They have good food, the Saudis. To be fair,
I'm sure they do. I'd love to. They have biryani over there, right? I'm pretty sure they do.
that's so fucking racist, bro. We don't have. They
Is
don't
it?
have biryani, bro. They have maklupa, man. It's better than biryani.
What the hell's I don't know what the hell maklupa is, bro.
It's delicious.
I thought Saudis also make
No,
biryani.
biryani is an Indian thing, man. CP is gonna kill you, bro.
I thought biryani spreads across
But to be
multiple
fair, CP probably
countries.
has like maple syrup on his fucking biryani, man. That trade.
That's fallacy. That is absolutely foul. No, CP might kill me. He might be making that for dinner right now, bro. That's why he left. He had to go make dinner. So he might be doing that right now. All right. Well, that's the show, I believe, ladies and gents. I don't want to talk about anything
You
else.
actually
We're almost
made
at
it
the
3
3 hour
hours.
mark.
Oh.
I know. I was dragging there,
How'd you
man.
do this?
Biryani. That's how I did it, bro. And Jao Felix.
You say Walking Dead drags.
Oh my god, we're not doing this right now, Chris. We're not doing this, bro. I'm not gonna wait 3 weeks for what's gonna happen to.
No. You can't say that because it takes you like a month or so, like to talk about the news like a few years ago. Or not a few years ago, like a year ago.
Felix to Chelsea, here we go.
No, do you know? Come on, like you
I'm
did
not
a lot
that
about-
delayed, bro. Come
Come
on.
on, you was delayed at one point.
I'm not. Yes, I still am. To be fair.
No. It was really bad at one point. Everybody's taking a piss, so I don't know
Bro,
if we can talk about.
we're gonna see much of Eden Hazard to leave Chelsea? Question mark.
That's the next one. That's the next one. That's the next title. Don't give my titles away, bro. Big up every single one of you. Smash up the like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. We'll be back again. What's today? Sunday? Be back again.
Sunday, yes.
I think tomorrow I'm gonna be on American Waffle, and I think we'll be back again Wednesday for a call-in show. Call-in show. I
Oh yeah,
believe
start of
so.
the month, yeah.
Yeah. It's the start of the month, guys. June went by quick, so help us with our sub goal, please. We're trying to get to 5,000. So if you're new here, sub to the channel. Help us out to get to 5,000 subscribers. There's also memberships, 4 different tiers starting at 99p, and those and the proper casual tier and higher are getting shout outs, and that's going to go Daniel, TM127, EE, Dark Agent, and Ace Solomon. Big up to you guys. Always appreciate the support. We're going to raid out to, I think I set it up for Sarcasm City. I think he's the only one that's alive right now. So shout out to Flawless over there doing the Barbados edition of his show, Mandem Talk. So go ahead and, show him some love and support by copying and pasting that message. Let him know where you're coming from. But guys, we'll see you again on Wednesday on Casually Chelsea. We'll see if there's any more signings. I'm assuming the news is going to start to slow down a bit, but who knows? Well, maybe Kudus, Kai's favorite player. Maybe Kudus comes in next week. You never know. But that being said, ladies and gents, have a wonderful night. Stay casual. And as always, peace.